fuck it, we ball becomes far more weighty once we account for the pre-existing axiom that is, ball is life. For the latter effectively transforms the former into, fuck it, we live. And what maxim could be more gravely important than that which urges man to persist at all costs?
Oh, holy shit. They just fucking ripped her clothes off.
Fuck it, we'll do both. I'll use my tongue.
I have no idea what's going on. Oh, yes. Yes, brilliant. It's just like a child. All you need to do is beat it hard enough, and it'll work.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
No, not that. No, that was the wrong one.
I know, Fandral. That's the fucking point. What the f... Oh, that was... No! Fuck you! No! Woman,
Don't hurt her!
are we back? Wait, shit. Did I... Son, I don't care about artificial insemination. I impregnate all my employees naturally. This is a place to be racist towards Asura, goddammit. That's better. Anyway, I'd pick suicide. Only they spent more time thinking about diversity, then the game wouldn't have bugs like this. Shoulda mentioned your name when Jeff Bezos is deep up inside my asshole collecting his $2.50 from me. What the fuck's this red stuff? Why didn't he explode into light and wave goodbye?
I can't do shit, I'm stuck.
He can't.
I'm pressing everything. I can't do anything.
He's fucked. Take this out of context. What you're telling me is that these fucking riggers are a problem in our society.
Community has had over the course of these last several years.
Of being
And
insane.
be polite. Give them the
Get a 24-inch cock around. Retarded's coming back into fashion. I tried to say it without laughing. Oh shit! Really fucking shitty to me. Oh Jesus, fuck. Only the real connoisseurs will understand this one.
Fuck them kids.
How wide my fucking legs are on this thing. I've ridden a before, it wasn't this wide. His sister drank his water. By that same standard, Sawman, you're 100% responsible for murdering ESO. Now, I know that a lot of what I said is very non-acceptable in society and stuff. But there's two things I want you to understand. Number one, a lot of what I do is jokes. And number two, I'm allowed to do these racial jokes because I'm actually mixed race. You see, my dad's white.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And my mother's Italian. I'm so close. I am so goddamn close to having vertical streaming set up. I was trying to set it up today. Only to realize that when OBS updated, it fucking deleted everything. I don't believe you, Jimmy. I don't for a second believe you. Let me double check. God damn it. Let me double check. Yeah, no, fuck you. You motherfucker. Thanks for the sub, Barrow. And you, Chielde. You motherfucker. I saw that kick one. I was setting up the stream when I saw that shit. Look how close I am. Look how close it is. It's right there. It's right fucking there. And it deleted every single scene I had. And now it's trying to reset every single one of these vertical stream scenes back up. And the fucking thing... Oh man, it won't link to anything. It's refusing to find the second stream key to YouTube. God damn it. So close. So close. And probably by the next stream I'll have it. So the stream on Sunday will probably have vertical stream. I can use tomorrow to work on it as well. Before we get going, these new Tangier prices burned up my points pretty well. Yeah, they did, Saro. You know who's responsible for that? You can thank Super for that. Don't worry, I'm gonna put the points back down. I'm trying to add in. I want to get a bunch of famous streamers' voices into TTS, translate it, probably get their permission to do so, if I can, if they'll even reply. I know there are some of them that are perfectly fine and just don't want to be bothered. Where's my Tangier kick? It doesn't work. For some reason, Tangier software really doesn't fucking like Kick. Nothing likes Kick. Nothing likes integrating with Kick for some fucking reason. So there's zero features there. Those rat bastards do not like it. So do you have a schedule to streams on YouTube to do the vertical streaming? Yes, pretty much. To do vertical streaming, it's got its own independent stream key. You've got to like adjust it every single time, which is really fucking annoying. Channel points is still not turned on. That's not right. Channel points should be turned on. I'm not sure what you do with them. There we go. They should be turned on. Thank you for pointing that out. Man, I really need to spend some time with Kick as well. Kick is a fucking dog shit platform, to be honest, when it comes to like features and stuff. It's literally old Twitch. It's Twitch without the bullshit, but Twitch without the upgrades as well. Damn, I'm so fucking close though. Something happened. Something happened today that made me really sad. It really destroyed me a little bit, if I'm being honest with you. You see, I saw the comments on the last stream, and this one hurt my feelings. He streams at ungodly hours and we never catch him live anymore. I like live because we get to interact and just be part of the conversation, but it's not possible if we're not even allowed to know if there will be a stream, so I just gave up. If I catch a stream, I'm lucky, but I gave up on trying. Spider's right. It hurt because he was right. It's finally time that I figured out my fucking stream schedule, that I started at a consistent time, that I was there, and people fucking knew I was going to be there. Because otherwise this is going to keep happening. And it's really fucking upsetting to me. Now for some reason, my multi-chat's got it broken again. So let me see if I can fix that quick. Nope. Nope, it seems to be working. For some reason, it's showing Kick messages slow today. Hold on. I mean, Twitch messages. It doesn't like Twitch messages today. What the fuck is going on here? Let's see. We're gonna re-add. We're gonna have to re-add this shit. You see this right here? Man, I hate multi-chat software so fucking much. I hate it so much because it just keeps on fucking breaking. See if I can re-add it and then it'll start fucking sending messages. God damn it. You know what? This might actually relate to the fact that Twitch shut down a bunch of servers recently. And so there's less to use. And so, because Twitch is cheaping out because they've never managed to turn a profit, and now they're having to, like, downsize, that might be fucking it up a little bit. Damn. Twitch really is that quality experience, huh? They really love the people over there. There we go. There we go. Now it's working. Thank God. Okay. Maybe it just doesn't like Keith's messages for some reason. Man's giving Step Wizard caught you watching vibes, and that's listen. This thing is so goddamn comfortable. And you know what I want to do, Memories? I want to keep wearing this every single stream. Be wearing loose, baggy fucking clothes. Until one day I get in shape. And then I'll wear clothes. from the kids aisle at the store. Not just because they're cheap, but then I can show off my nipples with pride. So that's never happening. It hates gay Latinx. You know what the most offensive part of that sentence was, Cyro, was the word Latinx. I know at least 7 different people who would murder you for calling them that. I can't say I blame them. Now, today, keep it nice and simple. I want to play some Guild Wars 2. I want to get through the videos that we went through. But first, before any of that, I can't fucking help myself. I can't help myself. MECHABELLUM's new season's out. And they fixed the Fire Badger. I need to know what the fuck they did to this beautiful, amazing little tank. I read some of the updates on it. I hope it's good. It looks awesome. But if they fucked it up, I'm going to be really mad at them. Do you read messages on YouTube? Yes, I read messages everywhere. I've got a multi-chat for a reason. You see, you know that thing that Twitch does? You know, where they're like, if you read messages everywhere else, then we'll ban you? You see, I have this policy. It's called I don't give a fuck. Right, let's see what we got. I know I've got some science points here. These are the 2 new ones. They've also updated the look of this. I like the way this looks. The Fire Badger needs new skins, though. If I'm being honest. What do we got? Scorching Charge. Increases the Fire Badger's base HP by 50% when its HP drops below 50%. It charges an enemy and detonates. Holy shit. Dealing damage equal to its remaining HP to all enemies in a 40-meter radius and igniting the ground. Holy shit. That's fucking amazing. What else we got? Counterfire. Taking damage increases the badger's range by 40% and attack by 80% for 4. Oh, shit. The badger's long range now. Can you heal it as the charge starts? No, I think it's going to be... So I think it'll... So if I used Scorching Charge and Field Maintenance together, what's probably going to happen is it's still going to charge, but it might get a little bit of healing along the way. So it might do a little bit of extra damage. But the point of getting Field Maintenance on a Badger isn't even the healing. It's to get the 30% HP buff. So that might still be a good idea. What's up, Lord Footner? How you doing? Worked in Africa for a year, Mozambique. Well, congratulations on catching AIDS. But I landed first in South Africa after... Okay, congratulations on losing all your money. After leaving the airport, I was carjacked in Pretoria in the first 15 minutes there. Do recommend... Oh, damn. It took you a whole 15 minutes. Must have been a slow day. You're lucky they didn't kidnap and rape you. You must have not looked gay enough. Welcome to Africa. It's the standard experience. If anyone wants to know how fucked up my country is, go back and look at the 2010 FIFA World Cup and how many soccer teams were held hostage. Let's see. What do we got here? What else? Scorching Charge and Counterfire. So, long range, these two work against each other, right? If you take Counterfire, you're at long distance. Longer distance means longer charge, and that means you're likely not going to hit your target if you're using Scorching Charge, because you'll die before you get there. Counterfire is definitely this is made for dealing with long range threats. Napalm is also antithesis to Scorching Charge because of the HP debuff. You can make this into a you can make this into a counter charge machine. Okay, so Scorching Charge, Scorching Fire, because you want it to get nice and close. Field Maintenance for the HP. And you probably want Ignite to deal with giant units. I'll see if I can get the chance to give that a try. We'll try a suicide bomber run, and then I'll do long-range badgers and see what we get. The badger has been the most underused unit in the entirety of MECHABELLUM because every other unit's just that much better. This thing feels like such a fucking waste of time when you've got a Vulcan, which does more damage, has more range, has more HP, is harder to kill, has better abilities to bounce around with. There is no fucking reason anyone wants to use the Fire Badger. But now there might be a reason to do that, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's give that a try. See, Scorching Fire, Scorching Charge, not Napalm, Ignite. And then we'll put it on my 2v2 bold. Yeah, that, and that. And we'll do it in Brawl as well. Fuck it. You know what, actually, if I get in Brawl, Brawl requires sustainability. So it might be better to actually try the long-range build in Brawl. It costs 2 times more, though. What, you mean the abilities? Who cares? Like, this is... Supply costs are, like, literally nothing. They don't mean that much. Counterfire. If you're going long distance with counterfire, you probably want field maintenance. Scorching Fire is nice, but it's not good enough. Badger versus Vulcan. Yes, but okay, so it's double the price, but it's like 5 times the value. Like, the Vulcan is so much cheaper of a unit when you consider its utility. Are you still using OBS32 or did you downgrade? I downgraded. I'll wait until every single other plugin has caught up to the 32 version, then I'll switch over. I had to you know, revert back to an older version to get everything back. And it still deleted all my vertical scenes. I'm really fucking mad about that. That's really irritating. Let's see. Counterfire, field maintenance, and range. And then the way you're going to survive large units with a lot of range is probably going to be Ignite. That gives it a chance against things like mountains. EU forced Microsoft to keep updating Windows 10 for another year. I'm not surprised. Do you know how many people use Windows 10 and refuse to go to 11? I'm unsurprised. There's probably like government systems being run on Windows 10. And the EU is like, you're not fucking getting away with this. Fuck you people. And can you remember, like anyone who's a Windows user will remember how fucking angry everyone was when Windows 10 came around. When they made that jump from Windows 7 to Windows 10. Isn't 11 free? Yes. And it's worse. Windows 11 is so much worse than 10. It's fucking irritating. They could have literally updated 10 forever and everyone would have been happy. But there's no money in that. I'm mad because my NDR plugin OBS doesn't work. I've had to switch to using Teleport, and Teleport is nice because I hate even having to do that. I don't even know what Teleport does. I think that's like, if I remember correctly, vaguely, that's like competing software to OBS. But nah, I love OBS. OBS is just too good. Right, let's give this a try. Let's see if we can force... This is new. Everything was just a ranked game before. Now we got casual as well. Well, no sense in going into casual. Let's get some ranked games with a build we don't know. Fuck yeah. We need a stream where you migrate to Linux. We can oh god, dude. That'll be so fucking bad. Plus I'd probably need to get like a chest camera to do that. And then like separate out my main PC from my stream PC so that like it doesn't just kill the stream halfway through. I remember that Windows 8 did exist and it was so bad it better everyone pretends it never existed. Yes. It was miserable. If AI hadn't been a big buzz in the tech world, we would have gotten Windows 12 in 2024, but Microsoft thought they could capitalize. Oh yes, that's right. Copilot is the biggest pile of dog shit too. It's disgusting. I hate it so much. Let's see. Rhinos is going to be a bad idea if I'm aiming for badges. Training specialist it is. What the fuck is that guy? Martin Luther King. What do you mean? You mean in the game? Yeah, there's people with some fucking wild names in this game. They don't give a fuck. This game's chat has super low moderation, which is kind of nice. I kind of appreciate that a lot. What's he got? Ranchulas? Marksman. That's a bad combo for me to have to deal with. But you know what? It's... Okay, we've got a charge build. So I think what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to buffer. We're going to have a defensive unit here. We're going to throw these in over here. And we're going to take a badger and we're going to throw one in over here. These are going to be such short range units. Holy shit. Do I burn this? Yeah, just in case. I'm going to put them over here. This man has every reason on planet Earth to put all his units here and just run through me. And then we'll upgrade this the next round. Yeah, okay. He went defensive. Oh, some guy in the game chat. Yeah, no. People in this game chat say the wildest shit. Now, let's see how these units function. It's been a while since I've used this mode. God damn, they do a lot of fucking damage. Holy shit. Oh, Badge has been buffed. Badge has been heavily buffed. God damn, that was way more damage than it should have taken. Oh, and this is duo, so I've got a partner who's gonna fuck up as well. So, this was a tie. And it looks like my partner's gonna win this. So we should be fine. What up, Super? There we go. Okay. Ooh. Take less damage. Missile Strike's gonna be good for his units, but he spread them out quite nicely. I think I do this. I think I make this guy's life a living nightmare. Scorching Fire. I think we go for... I think we go Field Maintenance. We buff this turn. We put some units over here. And then we hit him with the upsetty spaghetti over here. Got the other badge attack, the one where taking damage, it does more damage back. Yeah, that's a long-range build. I'm going for kamikazes. I want to see these things just run into people. Yeah, he went for Missile Strike. And you see, that's why you always put a sacrificial unit in the front line if you're going to go aggressive. Because they will always put a missile here to fuck something up. Come on, bud. What's taking you so long? Oh shit, this guy's going full defensive. Okay, here's the funny part about this. I fuck this guy up, but this guy's a problem for me. Oh god damn, the badger does so much more damage. Holy shit. That's a bit ridiculous, actually. They're probably gonna need to dial that down a little bit. I'll still get fucked this round. Marksman will kill me. But that's fine. This is a learning experience. Love the video content you've done. What are your thoughts on the current MMOs you think are worth your time? Ooh, there's so little. There are a lot of new MMORPGs, and not very many that are worth anyone's time. It's the biggest problem with the MMORPG genre currently. Everyone's got a game to play, and at the same time, nobody's got a game to play. It's such a mixed bag of horrible things that you have to deal with. I think maybe your best option, like this is the problem, like I've realized this recently about MMOs, right? I cannot fault anyone who plays any of the older MMORPGs, even if it's like, even if it's World of Warcraft, retail. If you're playing RuneScape, Guild Wars 2, Black Desert Online, RuneScape, I completely understand, because somehow the ancient archaic games that we should not be playing anymore just flat out outperform all the new dog shit stuff, because it's so infested with such like disgusting levels of pay to win that all of it is temporary and none of it is worth your time. It's like, would you buy a car if every single day you had to change out the tires because it's a brand new car? Or would you buy a car that's 10 years old that doesn't do that? So old school RuneScape, Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, Black Desert Online. Those are the ones I see so far. Which is a completely different question to if I think that there's an S-tier MMO in existence currently. And currently I don't think there is. I don't think there's a single S-tier MMORPG that exists. Okay, this guy's gonna fuck me up this turn. He spread his units. He spread them cheeks good. Oh, my one fight. My one fucking... the one hero unit here. And now he's gonna lose to wasps. Brutal. Okay, I'm gonna need some anti-air. That's fine. That's fine. This is gonna be a minor loss. Irony, my 1996 Toyota broke a ballpoint cheap. OEM parts suck. Yeah, what you need is, you need to find a Hilux. You need to steal a Hilux from a terrorist group, and then never let that vehicle go. Ever. That's your best option. Now then, how do I deal with those? Mustangs are the right option. I know they are. Oh fuck, I chose Scorching Fire. That's the wrong choice. Damn it. That's fine. Let's try this out. We will drop a Mustang group here. I will get field recovery. We will drop that there, take that back. We then get another Mustang group. Put it here. You know what, we'll go Mustang Badger. We'll see if that'll work out for us. What do I have? 50 points. I want to keep upgrading this Fire Badger, but I don't think that's worth it. I think I'll save this 50. I'll lose this round on purpose. Is it possible to have the War Machine print suicide badges? Unfortunately not. The war machine only prints out phoenixes, steel balls, and sledgehammers. Outside of that, it won't print out anything for you. But I mean, that's more... Oh, shit! That's fucking impressive. Holy shit. Those little suicide bombing rats. Oh, shit. Look at the animation. Look at the animation on this. I just noticed the animation. It literally turns itself into a rocket launcher. That's funny as fuck. Oh, that's such an impressive change. That looks so cool. Robo, I'll be with him. Robo Jesus gave that fire badge in particular 72 VW Beetles from 1994. And they weren't secondhand. He reached Robo Heaven. Right. Let's see, where do we go from here? Now I can start to turn the tide, because he's now probably going to be worried about the badges, as he has all right to be. As he should be, actually. And that means I can now pop out a bunch of stangs. He's got a bunch of stangs, actually. Fuck. No, it'll still be worth it. It'll still be worth it. We will go AP. We'll go double units. We will double unit here. We'll go here, do that, get another unit out, and drop that here. And I will not waste my upgrades. Or maybe I will, actually. Ooh. Shit. What does he have here? Oh wait, I've got steel balls there, so I can do this, I can do this, and we will upgrade those units, make his life a living hell. Stole it from the Red Alert 2 demolition truck. Well, it's a good thing to fucking steal, Spider. It's a goddamn good thing to steal. I have one last question relating to the vertical streaming stuff. Did you ever find a way to just mirror all your scenes from the regular wide streaming? Or do you have to manually set it up? You have to manually set it up. You know what's even worse, Jimmy? You can't just hit the Control-C, Control-V button. It doesn't work when moving it into the vertical sources and vertical scenes. You gotta do all of that shit manually. It's excruciating. Oh my god, look at that. Fly, you beautiful son of a bitch. Fuck him up. Fuck him up to me. This confirms, by the way, that fire badges are female. Because you do enough damage to her, she's taking you down with it. There's no way around it. She's coming for you. Is Spider even aware of half of the shit you were dealing with in the last 6 months? Probably not, but it doesn't matter. That's not your problem as a viewer, right? Whatever I'm dealing with is not actually fundamentally your problem. I'll bitch and I'll cry about it and I'll do all of that stuff, but it's also, it's like, that has nothing to do with you, if you think about it. That's what you consider not your problem, because you've got your own problems to deal with. I'm thinking of doing something fucking filthy right now. I'll do it next round. I'll do it next round. This is too good. I'm not gonna give that up. Let's see. Let's see. I kind of want to ignite. No, it's not the right choice. It's not the right choice. This is the right choice. This right here is the right choice because the wasps are still a problem. Do we want to get rid of a unit? Probably. We get rid of these because they're worthless. And we'll upgrade these. There we go. Are there mushrooms to go along? Oh god, don't fuck. Jesus Christ, Cyro. I didn't know you were a 500-year-old man in a in a goddamn old age home. But thanks for revealing that. You have a lot of HP, or HP just drops slowly in 2v2s. It depends on what kind of round you end up getting and what kind of units they spam out. Currently, no one's really winning right now. I'd say this is a pretty even match. So, like, each round is leading to a very low amount of loss. I'm gonna need Missile Interceptor. Oh, please. Okay, he's gonna fuck me up, actually. I think he's got me this round. And he's got EM on his marksman. Okay. I'm gonna need to mostly give up on fire badges now and just go full Mustang. Because he's also going Phoenixes. Yeah, Mustangs are working. Sped up fucking badges is really funny, actually. Okay, now this is an interesting one. Because more HP on the Badger means more damage when they blow themselves up. And everything else benefits. But Orbital Javelin's really, really fucking good. I think I go health. I just want to see what it does. And what else do I want to do here? You know what? Okay, I said I was going to do this round. It's time. Allah be with you, my beautiful fire badger children. This is going to be so fucking stupid. Let's see, Scorching Fire. I need Missile Interceptor. That's just non-negotiable right now. We'll drop off that. We will. I'll upgrade this unit. We'll hit this. We'll hit that. And we will... Ooh, damn. I think I want this here. And we'll drop one of these here. And then I'll upgrade on the next turn. Imagine if they had air-based badges. I've been wanting air-based badges for the longest fucking time. Oh my god. Did I take the wrong upgrade? Why are my badges fucking setting fire to the ground? I'm pretty sure I don't have napalm. Or was that something else causing that? No, it's the badges. The badges set fire to the ground with this, don't they? Detonates dealing damage equal to its remaining HP to all enemies, radius igniting the ground. Okay, okay. I kind of fucked myself here. I kind of fucked this guy over as well. Who's my partner in this? Spearmint. He's gonna be mad at me. He's gonna be real mad at me. However... if I just get range, that keeps my Mustangs mostly safe. We get even more of these boys. Put another set over there. He is going to missile, probably somewhere here. And I will drop a shield here, just in case he missiles there. And I can get rid of this. And we can up our HP so that we're better bombers in the future. See what my partner's doing. This guy's probably so fucking mad that I'm just shitting out badges right now. Because he's like, you can see how he's laid out his units. He's using scorpions correctly. He's got a sandworm. He's gonna ultra buff probably. Oh no, he's going hardcore marksman. Oh, there it is. At least it's my shitty units. Oh, god damn it, my badges aren't even hitting. That sucks ass. They're fucking dying before they get there. I need to use movement speed on them. I'm debating playing Guild Wars 2 or Final Fantasy. What do you think? I can't really judge Final Fantasy because I haven't played it, but I would say if you want an MMO, play Guild Wars 2. If you want an RPG that behaves like an MMO, then play Final Fantasy. It's definitely more, it's most definitely way more RPG than MMO from what I've seen and watching other people play it. Alright, let's do something filthy. Let's do something disgusting. Put those there. Do that. Do this. We'll put this here. Do that. We will hit an ignite. We will hit a movement speed buff. And I think my biggest issue here is he's got a million things that are just standing still and taking me to fucktown. So what I'm gonna need is to switch up to Stormcalls. And I will see if I get that. I don't get enough to get the EM, which is what I need. But I can't take that out. So I'll do that. We'll go from there. And then what I'm going to do is I'll mass Stormcaller and then EM into that if I survive this round, which I don't think I will. What's your target demographic? Because your streaming hours are insane. My target demographic is streaming. Is actually figuring out fucking streaming. But no, I'd probably aim for a primarily US audience. I'm trying to find a time that works for both myself, my work schedule. You see, I needed EM to deal with this. He's like linked up all his fucking sledges now, and that makes them a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna need EM. I think, I don't know, I haven't really thought about target audience. Because I do this shit for the love of the game. Not for, like, business reasons. If I was doing this, like, if I was streaming for business reasons, I wouldn't make spicy jokes. Yeah, you got me. I wouldn't, you know, say shit that I wanted to. I would be very PC. Okay, so charge build doesn't work if you're looking for short-range units to pair it with. And yes, I would be bottling the shit out of my channel. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you want to be a big streamer, you gotta bot like a fucking animal. Oh wait, that's right, I've got store points. I forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna try the long-range build now. I just want to see if I can roll a gilded set here quick. What do I have, 27? Ah, that was a gilded rhino, but I don't want that one. Let's see. Oh, it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Oh, man. What a gorgeous unit to roll. Oh. I like taking part in live chats, but I also like sleep. Hey, look. I stream at the weirdest fucking times. I stream when I can. That's the problem. And luckily, my life is changing up very soon. So probably, like, after October. Once October ends, I'll be, like, reworking my entire schedule to be something, like, far more sustainable and far more realistic. And hopefully I can stream, like, 4 days a week. Right. Now, if we're going to try the long-range build for 1v1 or 2v2, I'm going to have to change the way I use marksman. Because I'm going to need to take off assault mode. That's not going to be as good anymore. Quick reload. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let me fix the badger first. Right? If we're gonna go for a long range build, what we want a sustainable tank that's not going anywhere. We want something that's gonna tank the damage for the marksman in the background. Counterfire is gonna be mandatory. So is range. Field maintenance for tanking. And I think... Ah, God, this one's a rough one. Badgers are already good at minor units. Badgers are great at dealing with minors. They say Jeffrey Epstein was part badger. So I think we're going to need to counter with Ignite. As nice as Napalm is, I don't like the idea that you lose 20% HP. That's not that great. I think Ignite is going to be better. Because Ignite has like a side effect where if you set a unit on fire, it prevents healing from occurring. So that's going to be better. And then if we want to go for... You know what? We might as well go old school, right? We might as well go super old school. And go quick reload. That way we've got a rapid fire unit with ultimate range if it ranks up. We're shutting down their abilities. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try that. So let me just fix this. I love going assault mode with marksman, by the way. It's such a switch up because people panic when all of a sudden the marksman can deal with like a million crawlers running at it. It's really, really funny. So let's try that out. So marksman fire badger is what I'm going to aim for. In Brawl, it matters a lot less because it's going to be very dependent on the card that we pull. I think that's good. Let's give that a try. Also, I noticed something. I just noticed it now. He made new music. No Armored Core. I haven't played Armored Core yet, no. I haven't played Robo Dark Souls. One day, now that I'm gonna have more time, I will. Right. Let's give that a try. Is it too loud now? Yeah, that'll be the... Give it a sec. I'll change it down. I'll swap it down now. Is that better for your delicate hearing? Your sensitive little baby ears? Your Chinese spyware phone that can't quite hear what you're saying about the Jews because it's hearing MECHABELLUM music instead? But yeah, I know that the in-game sound effects are pretty high. I'll drop them down now. It's gonna take time. Jesus, why is this load taking so long? What the fuck's going on here? Ah, there we go. That was either my shitty connection or his. Ooh. Marksman Badger is likely to work best with supply. Oh, damn, that is loud. Okay. Come on. The Giants, if you want to win. I don't want to win. I'm trying to... There we go. I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to experiment. Two very different places to be. God, it's going to be better if we start at the back. This is going to be a defensive play. I've got mammoths. I call them mammoth tanks because they are. They're not saber-tooths. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, but that's just a mammoth tank from Command & Conquer. And I will not hear anything different about it. And we place our marksman here. Nice in the front. And we will do a general cover drop. Just in case he's placed a set of units here. Or like a bunch on the inside. Oh, there we go. See where this goes. Up, we've got a training spec. Okay, so that's gonna help my marksman survive for 5 seconds more. I think we actually win this round. I'm shocked. He's kind of fucked up because he's enhanced his arc light, thinking I was going to rush him with crawlers. And because I played defensive, now he's got 2 marksmen to deal with. And a mammoth tank that's just going to fuck him up, even though that's rank 1 and that's rank 2. And then I'm going to ruin his life when I do a badger switch. Missile strike's too good. It's just too good with how he's bundled his units. Thoughts on walls and turrets? I like him. I'll tell you why I like him. I know most players are incredibly upset by the idea of walls and turrets, but I really like them because it makes you have to think strategically. The map is not always consistently the same. This is not chess. And because this is not chess, now you have to apply some fucking brain power to figure out how do you play around them. Or, because think about it this way. Everyone had this problem where the meta started becoming, you have to play symmetrically if you want to win. Right? If you don't play symmetrically, you fuck yourself over. But because this is automatically asymmetrical, now you're going to see a lot more unique builds come out. Holy shit, we can rewind the stream now. Yes! Twitch actually did something, because probably Amazon looked at them and was like, if you keep this shit up, we're gonna fucking shut you down. Do something. And so they did. out of desperation. Well, this one's going to be a closer round. I think I still win this. Maybe. Yeah. No, I don't think I do, actually. It's not enough. That's going to take out this marksman. Oh, wait, never mind. He's probably going to go Stormcallers. I think the right move here is Hounds, because they're going to give me a buffer for getting badges up, because I can kind of cheat using the incendiary bomb. Range is more important than upgrades right now. I want to get rid of the mammoth tanks, but they're too good. They're just too good right now. So I don't think I do. Instead, I think I get more marksmen. More long-range marksmen. And then I can do a badger switch later. I hated that I missed the stream where you spoke all about the 3D printing and stuff. I had so many questions and stuff. I mean, dude, just ask. I've been 3D printing forever. When I was in university, one of my projects was I 3D printed out a 24-meter wing and then cast it, and I made this thing like a full canard wing that flies, that could be attached to an aircraft that weighed 5 kilograms. I know too much about 3D printing. Also, when I was broke and on the verge of homelessness once again, one of the jobs I took was 3D scanning people's dicks and selling them to them. And I'm not joking when I say that. That was a job I did for a little while, and it paid the bills. It's not gay. $20 is $20. The things you will do to survive will surprise you. He's probably gonna use fire extinguisher this round. I'm not kidding. One of my jobs, when I was near broke, was actually 3D printing out dicks that people requested. And basically, I used it to pay all my bills. Is the mammoth useless yet? I think it is. But where is it useless? Is it less useless here? Probably. I paid like almost all my bills off doing this. It was so profitable. And dudes would... So, like, it's like a thing that dudes would do. Where they would, like, pay me... they would pay me, like, 20% extra to hit the scale button in the CAD software and scale up their dick, because they knew that their girlfriend was gonna go show their dick to their friends, because women have no fucking sensibility about privacy. Like, you think guys talk about sex. Guys talk about sex and they're like, oh, I tapped that. I hit that. Girls are telling you which way it fucking bent. They're like, his crooked penis bent 45 degrees to the left and there were pubes coming out the tip. It was really weird. But I still sucked it. There are no secrets. And so a lot of dudes were like, yo, just do me a favor and make it 20% bigger. I'll pay you. Sorry, I'll pay you 20% more if you just make it like 1.5 scale. Please, I'm begging you. And I did. I did. Do you think any dudes use the 2D print on themselves? No. Because primarily the first point of contact was either the wife or the girlfriend. It's like, how do I put this? The full procedure is this. I went to engineering, and so I understand 3D scanning software. I went to engineering, and I understand, wow, he didn't actually get the fire extinguisher. That's wild. I went to engineering, and I understand how to mold cast objects. I went to engineering, and I learned CAD software. Put that combination together, and what do you get? Personalized dildos. That's what you get. Is it time for the switch up yet? I think it is. I think he's going to invest very heavily in small units now. And so I think now is the perfect time. To, as the kids would say, hit him with a counter-strike. It's a small game that no one's really heard of, but you know, I heard it's picking up in popularity. It might even beat out Team Fortress 2 one of these days. Okay, range. Ignite. I need a tanky unit. I need something that's going to sit on the front line and keep my marksmen safe. So we're going to do that. Ooh, miss with that. Oh, look at that! The perfect place to put fire badges next round. Impressive. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. I mean, I think he still wins this round, don't get me wrong. Or maybe not. Maybe the shield holds up long enough? Okay, we're doing surprisingly well. I thought this guy was gonna rinse me this round. But it turns out no. Man, this guy's... Fuck, he hasn't won a round yet. Poor guy. This is going to be important. I'm going to ultra buff this marksman right here. We'll get 2 fire badge units. We'll put one over here. We'll put one over here. Did I rank this guy up? No, so we'll get rid of him. We'll do that. And then I will do that. Get another one of these bad boys over here. Upgrade all of them. What could I use here? Range isn't going to be as important right now. Counterfire might be really, really good. I think counterfire is going to be more important. Is 3D modeling even profitable in 2025? I think I'm going to fail my red ticket, so I'm looking at plan B. 3D modeling, it can be important, but it's got one gigantic problem with it. If you ever try and sell a 3D model online, you sell that 3D model once, right? Every point in time after that, someone's just going to steal your shit and then re-upload it to a free site that gives them good boy points somewhere, and no one's going to give a fuck that they stole your work. It's like a massive copyright issue. There's almost no way to protect your IP if you do 3D modeling. And sure, some people will buy the model ethically, some people will do the right thing, but most people won't. And no one will give a fuck. So you're actually better off printing out your own models and sending them to people, but the problem with that is then you have to deal with shipping, taxes, exports. Like, you have a whole bunch of other issues that you now have to figure out. It's beautiful. All I need on these units right now is EM and Elite Marksman, and they're fucked. And we get a shield airdrop, even better. Even fucking better. This is actually working out really well. Like, surprisingly well. I think I need to get rid of that. What's going to be important here? Is he upgrading his units? Not really, actually. What's this guy doing? What's he planning? EM's not actually going to be that useful. But you know what will be? Probably quick reload. Get rid of stuff a lot quicker. Do I want to give extra range this round? Probably not. It's okay if I lose one round here. That's okay. I don't mind. Doesn't stop people from charging a shit ton for models at cons. Here's the problem, Cairo. If you see a 3D printed articulated dragon at a con, that piece of shit has just stolen that fucking model from the original person who did it and never paid them ever. That's like the most stolen 3D printed model ever. And they get away with that shit. And no one's gonna stop them. And you know what the worst part is? They shit up the handcrafted stalls at any cons where people actually put real effort into their work. And for some reason they just never go away. Those piece of shit models just never go away. Okay, now I need EM. I need EM on my marksman. I need to get rid of those shields as quickly as possible. Okay. Now we need EM. What else am I gonna need? I'm probably gonna need upgraded badges. That's gonna be super important. Ignite's gonna be really good now. But I'm probably not getting it this turn. Probably want that. I could potentially crank out another marksman. And I think I need to. Wait, no, I'm not going to get it. No, I will get another marksman. It's going to be really important that I do, actually. And then I'll missile drop over here. What could I get rid of? I could actually get rid of one of these, potentially. That's probably not a good idea. Maybe one of these, and then we'll do this. There we go. Now it's just spam marksman. Now it's just literally spam marksman and upgrade the badges and I'll be fine. As long as I have a strong enough tanking front line, I'll be okay, but I probably don't actually have that yet. I'll probably actually need to spam badges more. Holy shit. This is rough. Oh my god. He's turning this game around. No, he fucked me. I needed more badges to cover for the marksman. Or I needed more marksmen and less badges to cover for it. But I think what my issue there was I was trying to use the double shot. I mean the quick reload, which is, it's going to drop damage by a lot. When what I should have been doing is double shotting. And just make that the entire, like the anti-heavy unit. And then leaving all the damage to miniature units to the Badger. So I'm going to try that again. No, that's fine in Brawl. That's actually perfectly fine in Brawl. I'm going to try that again. Leave it as is. I never liked strategy games. What's the appeal in your opinion? I think so it depends what kind of games you like, Sin. But the appeal in strategy games is the idea that it's not about how good your reaction time is. It's like a bypass towards your thinking, right? What kind of logical processing can you do to outthink some other human being? Right? Not like, think about it this way. If you don't, you might like, I don't know, fucking baseball, right? And that's all about like your physical input, right? Now, obviously there's a lot of strategizing and things that go on when you're playing an FPS. But for people who don't have a high level of physical input, but enjoy like things like outthinking someone, that's where people like strategy games. I just like controlling massive armies, but I fucking suck at strategy games. Look, I'm fucking miserable at strategy games. Like, StarCraft 2 kicks my ass. Like, the highest I've ever reached in StarCraft 2 is probably gold, if I remember correctly. But my god, is it fun seeing a billion Zerglings run across a map and fuck up your frame rate. Or just turning everything into Banes. And just making someone's life a living nightmare. What do we use here? Fort might be good. Amp might be good. I like Marksman. We're going to try the Marksman strat again. We will put our crawlers in the traditional back position. With their asses in the air. As they deserve. Mammoth tanks over here. And then we will pop Marksman over here. So that they can prevent these crawlers from being fucked up by hitting this barrier and that getting fucked up. Assume you're more into logical, less physical ones, more about the mind. It depends. It really depends. So, like, there are games that I'll get, like, hyper-obsessed with just because I enjoy the strategies. So, like, I tried Balatro out, and I immediately started trying to optimize the shit out of ridiculous, memeable strategies that just function because I like them. Same with Nine Kings, right? Same with, I don't know, Bannerlord. I will try and find a ridiculous, like, one-play strategy and then play that around everything else because I think it's funny to do something like that obtuse and still win. Oh, my marksmen are probably going to get fucked up here. Oh no! Crawler's got there in time. Good placement. He's fucked. Oh, he's fucked. Do you ever take mass production cards? It seems like a massive downgrade. What, you mean the cost control specialist? I fucking love the cost control specialist. Cost control specialist is one of the best cards in the game if you play it right. If I get a brawl, you know what, we'll do a brawl after this. And if I get the right cards, I'll show you exactly what I mean. But cost control spec can be fucking ridiculously good. If you play it right. No cost control spec, the mass production on units. Yes. But a cost control works best with mass production, if that makes sense. If you mean like it just flat out spammable, yes. It's one of the most monkey brain strategies in any of these games, and it works really, really, really well. It's so good. All it requires you to do is play it right. So like you got to get the right upgrades on your mass-produced units as opposed to your producing units. And then you're good to go. I'll show you what I mean. I'll set up a card table for mass production, and I'll show you what I mean when I say mass producing units can be fucking ridiculous. I thought you weren't try Balatro because of the addicting gameplay. Someone kept on nagging me about it, York. And so I gave it a try, and then I lost like 4 hours of my life. And the only reason I stopped was because I needed to take a dump. And then when I was like, this is like the worst thing that could have happened to me. I can't touch this game again. I lie, it wasn't 4 hours. It was 25 hours. That game's trouble. That game's poison. Since we're focusing on high-powered units, it's going to be important to hit on marksman. What's he doing? Secondary. Okay, he's trying to double shot, which means we're going to need range. That's just mandatory now. I expect that he's probably going to try and spam a unit or two there. Yeah, we should be good. We'll have a low tier round, and we'll see what he does with it. Good range on marksman is amazing. I've over 1,000 hours in Balatro, so I know. Yeah, no, I'm never touching that game again. That, like, I will lose my life. That's one of those games that I will disappear from society and like die in a hole if I keep touching that. Yeah, there we go. That loss isn't too bad. That's not so bad. I'm gonna do something filthy here. And I'm gonna see if it works. It might not work because of the double shot on the mammoths. But this is the point of experimentation. What else can we get? I'm going to need to continually upgrade my marksman. I don't have a choice with that anymore. So I'm going to need to reclaim some points. Get rid of this mammoth. Get a hold of this. Then use the sticky oil bomb. Do I use the sticky oil bomb this turn? I think I do. Just because it would be funny. And I'm going to put that there since he's clustered his units nice and neatly for me. And we'll go from there. Oh, he's going hacker, that little son of a bitch. Yeah, well played by him. That's probably the right play against me right now. I'm going to need to spam the shit out of marksman with EM right now. I no longer starred you. If you ask me, I can't tell you, but I did something about the game just clicked. Yeah, no, there's certain games that, like, you touch them, and your life disappears into that game. For me, back in the day, there was Dragon Age Origins. Oh, I've completed every single path, read every piece of dialogue, all of it. Every single piece of it. I got obsessed with that game. That and the Mass Effect games as well. Okay, I'm gonna go for shielding. And we will slap that there. We'll do this. Get rid of that. We're gonna need EM. Then I'm going to need as many marksmen as possible to deal with those filthy fucking hackers over there. So I'm gonna need to do this, do that, do that. And then I'm gonna need to bump damage. And see if that works. Oh, look at that, he's spamming units. That's not... You know what, that wasn't a bad plan for me to just crank out marksmen now, because if I can get enough marksmen out, those wasps mean nothing. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Get fucked. The power of the marksman. You know how mad this unit makes people when they don't know how to counter it? It's fucking beautiful. I love it so much. It's so infuriating for people. And then we'll do this. Because you know what we need? We need even more marksmen. That'll work out great. I'll put another one over there. What can I get rid of? Actually, I don't get rid of anything. I dump all my points into that. Then I do this, and then I get the extra range just to make his life even worse. Phantom Rays are okay. They've kind of had a massive downgrade. Rose playing Stellaris would be kind of fun, especially in the multiplayer. Man, the problem with the Stellaris match is it takes forever. Right? Like, you will never finish a Stellaris game. Like, if I ever did something like, what are those things that people do? Those, like, stream events where they just keep streaming for, like, fucking a day? That would be, like, one goddamn Stellaris game. Yeah, it's got me here. I need more chaff. I need to make life difficult now. As nice as this would be, this is the right option. Put that over there. I need chaff. I need small units. I need something that pisses him off. I don't want to use crawlers because of the badges. I think sledgehammers are actually the right decision here. Sledges or steel balls? Or dogs. That way I get rid of the swarm units quicker. Actually, no, Mustang's better. Mustang's way better. Mustang's the right choice. Because if I'm using Mustang, then at least I've got some ability to deal with the wasps that are coming my way. Do that. We're gonna hit one of these. We're gonna hit one of those. We'll go here. Do that. We'll hit that. Put a shield here and a shield here. There we go. I've only ever finished like 4 games of Stellaris, but I've played maybe 50 or more. Oh no, absolutely. It's almost impossible. It's impossible to finish a Stellaris game because of how long it takes. It's the same as Crusader Kings. It's a fucking amazing game. It's incredible. But my god. Multiplayer in a game like that is like, how the fuck do you keep up? Oh, I stand a solid chance here, actually. Look at that. Huh. Mustangs was the right switch. Okay, now he's fucked. Now he's really fucked. Okay, we do this over here. We go here. Gonna pump out more Mustangs. Gonna do that. Put that there. Put that over there. put this over here. I think I actually get rid of this. The Phantom Rays are not doing me any favors right now. I'll put that over there. Do I have advanced shielding? No, I don't. Okay. Put that over there. And I think we do minor upgrading. What am I dealing with here? Okay, he doesn't tend to shield up these units, so I'm fine with doing that. I'm going to range him. And I will also drop this here. We'll use missiles to fuck him up a little bit. Oh, damn it, I misplaced that missile. That was terrible. Fucking miserable. I should still be okay, though. Now it's back to spamming out marksmen as much as possible. Upgrade the marksman. It's not about upgrades. I'm doing enough damage to units. I don't have enough multiple units doing damage, if that makes sense. So I need to spam marksmen, not upgrade them. But I think I win this round. There we go. That worked much better. There we go. Minor adjustments. Right, now I'll show you a mass production run, right? We'll do that, then we'll look at some of the videos that you fuckers have put in the Discord. So, if we're gonna go for a mass production run, I'll swap this all over. Now, the weakest mass production run you can ever do is best partner with Vulcan, and then marksman, and you shit out the fangs, right? Because it's too many telescoping units. That's its biggest issue. But I'll show you that if I get the chance. It's going to be a failure. It's one of the weakest builds in the game. We can do an Abyss run with Dark Companion, but that's not really good. That's not really mass production. Overlord with Wasp, really good. Really, really, really good. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. My Wasps are perfectly fine as is. Yeah, I prefer them doing percentage damage more than anything else. I'll go to bed soon. We'll see you tomorrow. If you go to Guild Wars 2 or stuck in reactions. No, don't worry. I'm going to be playing Guild Wars 2. I'll get tired of videos very quickly because I miss Guild Wars 2. I'm going to be honest with you. I really, really miss Guild Wars 2. Like, I miss Guild Wars 2 to the point that when I'm not playing it, I will wake up in the morning and it's one of the first thoughts I have. And then I'll think about my family. Yeah, I'm pretty much set out for mass production already, actually. Because I use it quite often. So yeah, we'll do a brawl. Started playing Guild Wars 2 only a year ago, now I think 14 months, something like that. Yeah, it's a good game. What's the mass production badges lose? What do you mean, Shielde? Yeah, I've been avoiding... here's the thing, is sometimes I avoid playing Guild Wars 2. Not because I don't want to, but because I'm trying to collect all my thoughts. Like, I've got a big document that I keep open, right? And I add everything I think about it into that document, and I'm trying to keep my thoughts ordered because I've kind of gotten to the point in streaming where I'm streaming ahead of where I'd create a video. Because my Dune video is taking for fucking ever. I haven't been working on it in a while. And so I have to keep this all like in a separate document so I can review what I originally thought. What would a new player, someone who's never seen this before, thought? But I am going to be playing much more Guild Wars 2. And when I hit that sweaty stage, where I start doing things like considering what pair of pants my character's wearing, then I'll never touch it again. And I'll throw myself out a window. Because that's when you play too much of it. When you start min-maxing the fun out of the game. There are very few people playing brawls. People are scared of brawl for some reason. I don't know why. This will give me some time to find out where this extra science point goes, though. I've got 2 extra science point, which means somewhere in here is probably something I haven't unlocked. Okay, never mind. That guy's name was Phase Room Job. Let's see. I have a request for your Dune video. When you make it, please dress up as a raccoon and call the video Coon Awakening. No, I've already got a theme for it. That's not gonna work. Plus, YouTube will just ban that shit. Tell Chelda that debuff is less damage and less HP. Cards you choose. Oh, what do you mean debuff? Let's see. Speed. Giant aerial. I could functionally use either of these. Let's go giant because no. You know what? Let's go aerial. We'll do overlords. I was gonna do War Factory. But because they've changed the way supplies work, I feel more comfortable going Overlord. Let's just do that. Do this, drop the Rhino. Put this over here. I'll front face one of the Mammoth tanks. We will put the other over here. And I think I still lose this round, actually. If I drop the arc light. You know what? Losing early is not so important. I don't want to be targeted, so we'll lose a few rounds. We'll save some supply. I'm waiting for the game to die before posting. You know what? By the time I do actually post, it probably will be dead. I take for fucking ever with this shit. Good night, Spider. Go get some rest. Yeah, okay, my Rhino's doing some work. Look how fucking gorgeous the gilded skins are. That's what happens when an Asian and a black person has a baby. It's just black and yellow. Look at him go. An A+ student at basketball. What a champion. See where he's off to. Does he survive this? Probably not. Okay, that wasn't the plan. I don't want to be in the lead. That's a bad idea. Let's see. Improve Fortress. Rhino's good. We'll get the Phoenixes as a buffer. Even though they won't do much this round. Get the Overlords. Go here. We get the Wasps. We will drop these back here. Do this. These over here. Now, everyone's going to drop a Rhino there. So, the smart decision is to not go for the main tower. And instead to steal supplies from someone else. As for these little waspy boys, I really actually want to wait until I've got enough for the shielding, because that's going to be really important. So I think what I do is I move this over here. And And I get rid of this so that these units leave me alone. Yeah, this is going to be a bad round for me. Mass production cards decrease the cost of units, but also debuff the units with less HP and DPS. Yeah, oh. What do you mean? Do you mean the cost control specialist? Or do you mean getting the mothership? It doesn't debuff the unit, it just doesn't rank up the unit when they're produced. It doesn't debuff them. Unless you specifically go for cost control specialist, and then that drops it by like 11%. And that's not really a big deal if you're just cranking out as many units as possible. This guy's gonna be an issue for me. But no, seriously, if I called it Coon Awakening, I bet you that video is going to be seen by 3 people and then deleted by YouTube. They're going to Nick Fuentes me. I heard that fucking guy got back on YouTube for like fucking 12 seconds and then they got rid of him again. They were just like, yeah, no, you can come back to YouTube, but not you. Not you. The fuck out of here. None of these are valuable except for the Raiden. So we'll use that because that'll be really good against the Wraiths. There's literally... Oh, you mean the mass-produced card? That's actually a really, really good card. Just don't upgrade units, that's all. And you've got to have the right build for it. That's all. Mass production cards are really, really strong, but only if you're willing to take the hit of not having very many units early on. People just don't understand it. So if you get mass-produced wasps, you want Ignite to make up for the loss in damage. Your health doesn't matter that much because wasps die in 1 turn anyway. They just don't do that great. Let's see. Can I steal a tower from anywhere? Yeah, probably here. Mass production's fucking powerful if you get it right. In his case, good riddance, bro. Skeletons in his closet. I don't know anything about the guy. I just know that he's been like banned off of every fucking platform ever. I figure he must have said some real heinous shit. Like to get debanked. Apparently that happened to him, but I don't know how true that is. Or if that's like a contrived kind of thing to so he could play the victim. I don't know if that's real or not. But you gotta have said some real shit. He said all lives matter. Yeah, that'll do it. So when you schedule a YouTube stream, do you get to change the stream key after the fact? I don't think you do. It's the stream key set to the stream, right? Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm fucked. Giant manufacturing is going to be important. We'll get the Wraiths to counter... Well, to counter this bullshit. Get the mothership. Get one of these. And now it's all about the wasps. It's all about cranking out as many wasps as possible. Do that. Put this back here, just in case someone decides that they want to rhino my ass. Is this round 6? No. It's not a good idea to use the thingy, the rapid resupply, so we're not going to do that. I could potentially bump the wasps again. I think that's the right decision, actually. What's everyone else building? Melting points? Melting points and sandworm? EM first. We'll go from there. I can quite believe debanking. The Canadian trucker movement had all members and contributors. Oh no, I know about that. That relates to crypto very heavily. So I'm very well aware of the Canadian trucker movement getting fucked. But that's also because the master of blackface himself, Justin Trudeau, decided he doesn't like truckers. It's wild to me that that guy fucking dressed up the way he did. And somehow he's the ultra-progressive president of Canada. Although apparently he's not the president anymore, and no one knows who's the president of Canada right now, or who's in charge. I mean, I shouldn't expect anything different from future to be the US's 51st state. Crypto highs, crypto related. Because the, whatchamacallit, the Canadian truckers got around the debanking issue using Bitcoin. They got themselves food, they got themselves fuel, they used a lot of the crypto kind of back routes for trade and getting everything done. And the Canadian government took a while to catch up to them because they had no idea how to fucking stop it. Because like every other government on planet Earth, it's run by a bunch of retarded boomers that don't understand how anything works. So Bitcoin was basically fundamental in keeping those protests going for as long as they did. It was really, really important for them. And now we're just going to be cranking out as many overlords as possible. What a conundrum. It's round 5, so it's probably not worth it to use the resupply, so we'll keep it there. We'll just keep it there. Let's see what this overlord does this round. I love how this camera angle is completely unnecessary for this entire, like, for this game at all, and he still put it in. Do the wasps created by the overlords take the buffs normal wasps have? Yes. They do. Every single one of them has the same the same buffs. Yeah, the same upgrades. They count as just standardized wasps. Okay, that unit's doing fine. That's gonna do fine. You see, now I'm gonna start steamrolling. So, unless they start countering me with electromagnetic strikes, or start doing some kind of direct counter to me, everyone's kind of fucked now. Now, because I'm doing production through, whatchamacallit, since I'm doing production through overlords, taking the mass production card would be a fucking terrible idea. That would be an absolutely miserable idea. So that's something to not do. If I was just cranking out nothing but wasps in a game, and didn't, like, gave a shit about no other unit, then it would be fine. Put that there. We'll get the ignite. We don't want the range on the wasp. Honestly, I should change that out for something else. Range is kind of a fool's game when you're cranking out this many wasps and you want to keep the overlord safe. I do want to get that. These units are going to insta-die. So I think I get rid of that. And we will get field maintenance. And then we will buff our HP. And then to be as annoying as possible, I think I put these units... I put this over here just to take out that hacker just for a free supply. Rhinos kind of fall off at this point. I had a former ZAX back Canadian bitch try to tell me they vandalized statues and had Nazi flags in their protest. Meanwhile, I was watching live streams of the actual protest. Yeah, but this is the thing, is the label is by... Like, you can't even really blame her, because what happens is some retard gets on the news and calls everything they don't like Nazi or whatever fucking label they feel like. And your average human being's not looking into this shit. What they're doing is they're like seeing what's the hot topic for the day, and then they're reporting it to everyone else like that's what's actually going on. No one's looking into the shit. They're reading a news article headline. They're reading a Twitter post. Can we ban Super for talking about politics again? I'm getting there. I'm getting real close, but to be honest, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I've gone from being exhausted into a state of I no longer care. Fuck politics. Who cares? Let's see. Can't upgrade that. Can upgrade that. I can crank out 3 more overlords. So I'm gonna do exactly that. That can go over there. That can go over there. Put this over here. Put that over there. Okay, that's gonna kill me. And we get some damage. Why not? I definitely can't stop them. Does anyone else have speed units? No, not really. I was hoping I could slow down these death knells enough. Let's give it a try anyway. Fuck it, I'll lose nothing. And we'll put some range on everything, just because we can. I brought up Nick Fuentes because I thought it was funny that the guy got on the platform for 10 seconds and then got deleted. I know nothing beyond that, but I think it's really, really funny when YouTube makes an overarching statement where they're like, you can come back on the platform, and then they immediately take people off the platform and like rescind exactly what they said. I wasn't talking about it from a politics angle. I was talking about it from an angle of this is what YouTube does because they're fucking stupid. Oh, we're gonna be fine. But I told you to send that Twitch, you son of a bitch. American news running with your words out of context. Oh yeah, of course. Everything's out of context. Everything these days is just something to weaponize you against someone else. It's how you make money, is you get people emotional. If tomorrow I made a video and I made everything, like I took a masterful shit all over Final Fantasy XIV, and everything I said was demonstrably wrong, like it had no bearing on the game itself, I would get 1 billion fucking comments on that video. I get the highest engagement you've ever seen in your life. Because when you say something right, no one gives a shit. Say something wrong, now you have to die. God. Armor enhancement's the right decision, I know it is. Get rid of that. Okay, it's round 8, so now it's time to start using the resupplies. Do that. Do that. What can I use to my advantage here? What's gonna be the biggest threat? It's probably phase rim job, if I'm being honest. Those melting points are gonna be a bitch to handle. But he's not a big enough threat yet, so I'm gonna save that. Yeah, we'll be fine. The current expansion is so bad, literally your take would be lukewarm. Well, then I would go back to the best parts of the game that everyone loves, and take a shit all over that. You gotta find the thing that everyone universally loves. Think about it this way, right? It's a short-term gain strategy. Look at Pirate Software. Do you know how much engagement he farmed off of people by just being that, like, that fucking retarded? It's a short-term strategy and it doesn't work long-term, but you can farm some massive engagement. Now, what news agencies and everything else is really, really good at is they found a way to say the wrong thing and then take no responsibility for it. And take no blame and still somehow be on air. Ooh, this guy's targeting me. Look at that. He no likey me. I feel like I may have upset Green. I feel that I may have pissed him off by cranking out that many overlords in his general direction. I think he still beats me here. But over here? Maybe not. Best way to get a good answer to a question: post your question online, then create an alternate profile to give the wrong answer in response. You're not wrong. That's the perfect way to get an answer to anything, is to post the exact wrong answer. Ooh, that sandworm's gonna become a problem. That fucker right there. Where is he? That worm's gonna fuck everything up. That's a rank 7 worm next turn. But that's fine. He can win a few rounds. I don't mind. No skin off my back. None of that's valuable. So I now have 3 units I need to upgrade. Get rid of that. Go here. Click on the tower, please. Go here. Put this over here. Because now we know that this guy's targeting me directly. Take this unit. Move it over here. Then we go here. Get this. Get the other overlord out. He wanted to be a spiteful little bitch. Now he can deal with me. We will take out that. We're gonna go over here. Take these units. We'll run them this way. And then we will take... yeah, we'll take these units and also run them this way. What else can I do? And now it's not about winning. He targeted me earlier. So now it's about being an annoying bitch. And making his life suffering. I'm also hoping that I can get enough overlords out the way that this guy will have to deal with the death knells. So there is method in my madness here. Could always get a hacker to take control of the world. It won't last. This health bar on this thing is way too big. I would need to be able to defend the hacker while it does that shit, and I'd probably need several. There we go. Okay, I lose that. That's fine. Yeah, you see, now he has to deal with these death knells. And hopefully I got enough overlords out the way that I'm his worst nightmare now. Might actually have me here. Holy shit. Oh, no, never mind. I spawned wasps. I'm good. 3 overlords left and I'm okay. Yeah, he's fucked. Okay, he loses. What's left on the board? Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm Gucci. I'm good. I need to learn how to use beacons to control my mass groupings. Yeah, you need to learn how to delay. Right, that's like the first most basic tactic, is learning to delay engagements using it. Movement is too good. Skip that. Oh no. Where did you come from? Get the fuck out of here. Gonna put this back here. We're gonna go here. Rapid resupply, range and movement. We will get more overlord. I think I accidentally pressed the wraith button. That's my bad. Wait, hold on. There's a back button. I forgot. I don't have to lose the unit anymore. I forgot. Control Z works in this game now. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was... Oh, I can fix my misplace. Beautiful. Forgot about that. And we want to do that, that, and that. We don't want range on that. I would have gotten range on these, but it's not that worthwhile. And then I suppose, as a final fuck you, I'll fort that. I'll bump this here. We want to aim immediately for those. We want to drop this here. And we want to drop this over here. We want to go straight for these guys. We don't want to mince words here. There we go. We'll see how that works out. Oop, he's going death now. He's going death now. It's probably too late for that death knell, to be honest. It's too low rank, and there's way too many overlords. Oh, look at that. The overlords are running into each other. They're slowing each other down. I think I hit a first place with this. These are sacrificial. Those are dead. Here's where the real fight's going down. I suppose it depends on how many wasps I get out versus his marksman. But I think I'll be fine. I should be fine. That should be enough. Overlords with healing that I should be okay. All of these ones are dead. Kind of expected that. Let's see where this goes now. As a final round. Oh, look at that. Okay, green's out of the running. So he's not a problem anymore. I don't mind if FaZe Rimjob wins this round because I'll still win overall. Or at least I should. No, I get a second. Never mind. He had just enough. Easy second place. And that's with the most dog shit tactic out there. Zero thinking required. Just spam one unit. And you still make it somewhere. Right. Now then. Now that I've fulfilled my need. My desperate desire. To play MECHABELLUM in its new season for a little bit. Now I can start to look at the absolutely sickening things you people sent me on Discord that I have jumped up. FaZe Rimjob really rimmed us all. He did a great job there. Now then, where is all of that shit? There it is. These were the videos in the Discord. I know you animals probably put more in here. Of course you did. Of course you did. I love Wigglewood Tales. It's amazing. God, they're so good. I kind of binged them the other day. We got the Gotta Catch 'Em All Pokemon song. Give that one a skip. Okay, we'll go from here. Right. So, Sawman cranked out a pretty good video about a week ago. And I've been wanting to look at it. But again, just like everyone else, Sawman speaks slow. So we'll start here with some relevant content to actual MMORPGs before we get playing an MMORPG. And then we'll push towards Guild Wars 2. I'm saving the best for last. Oh, look at that. I'm ahead of schedule for once in my life. That's shocking. I'm astounded. Hold on. Please just make sure you look at my screenshot of the Windows 7 version of Steam. I've seen it. You mean this? You know, that it's really upsetting to everyone, but it doesn't actually bother me. Do you know why it doesn't bother me? Drop the range upgrades for Wasps and Overlords. So, okay, so Chielde, for that mode, for Brawl, keep the range upgrade for Overlords because you want them as far back as possible, right? I might have actually done better if I'd gone for range instead of armor. But drop the range upgrades for Wasps and instead aim for something like ground specialization, where you can do more damage to things on the ground and get rid of them faster. It's light mode and therefore garbage. Yeah, but you know what? It has a charm to it. It has a certain reminder that once upon a time in human history, you could work a job and own a home. Maybe not anymore. Maybe not fucking anymore. Why are there 23 notifications? What the fuck? Okay. But I also understand why people get upset. It's not pretty. But you know what? Neither was the girl in your high school with the snaggletooth. But you'd fuck her if you were given the chance today. You think about her still. Because you burned out your dopamine receptors on TikTok, looking at all these whores, realizing that they're more plastic than human being. And Snaggletooth girl, you're gonna look in on her. And you know what she's gonna be doing? Having a family. And being a person. And you missed out on that opportunity. You missed out on that opportunity to get your dick skin snagged on a pointy tooth that shouldn't have been where it was. And instead, you're sitting there in the middle of the night jerking off, watching some fat, bald retard on the internet. Damn, I love how I'm giving you every reason to stop watching me. Let's focus on the video. What's up, Whip Nipper? Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing on the sub, Whip Nipper. Right. Let's see what another bald fat retard on the internet's saying. The top 10 best indie MMOs. Now, we've all seen the Lazy Peon MMO RPG list because he makes the same fucking video every month. It's the same goddamn video with the same games on it. Let's see if Sawman's any better at this list shit than he is. Then again, asking anyone, like, you could ask a homeless man for a top 10 list of MMOs and he would probably outperform Lazy Peon, let's be honest. A Snaggletooth is a divorced single mom of 2 kids suffering of depression. No, you see, that's not fair to say. Depression is not the same as them having a depressed, like an indentation in their forehead, right? Just because their head's been depressed inwards doesn't mean they have depression. That's a common mistake, right? She just had retard babies because her dad fucked her in the basement, okay? That's not her fault. She got the Joseph Fritzl treatment. Anyway, let's continue.
If you were to name the top 10 MMOs or watch some tier list slot video about the top 10 MMOs,
Oh, damn, he's talking
I
fast.
guarantee you there would be a single indie title on that list. And I think that is
Yep.
downright criminal. And that's not to take away from the AAA studios.
Let's be honest, most MMORPGs that are indie are dog shit because they just don't have the funding to compete with anything big. And all the big guys who do have the money to do it anyway are just interested in making money, so they make their game a payment system with a game strapped to the back, so we're fucked either way. That's the problem. That's the real problem.
Studios, some of them rightly so, deserve their place in the top 10. But in today's video, I want to give a shout out to the hipsters of the genre, the little guys, those trying to be different. So let's take a look at the top 10 indie MMOs you should check out in 2025. God, when did I turn into such a slop tuber? If I ever go down the dark path of making one of those shitty tier lists about the top MMOs to play solo, just take me out back and shoot me.
I'm sorry, Saw Man. You're already there. It's time to go. It's time to go. Say bye-bye. We're putting you down old school. You're already there. It's too late.
I'm gonna go old yellow style. Oh yeah, before I forget, apparently the government really hates it when you don't do something called pay taxes. So can you guess what's coming next? Sponsor time!
Oh, there we go.
Thank you to Amazon Games for sponsoring today's video.
That's worse than being sponsored by a mobile game. Okay, you know what? You know what? I'm okay with it, actually. I'm okay with it. He's stealing money from Amazon Games. That's the morally correct decision to do. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's okay to take a sponsor from them, because if the less money they have, the less of a problem they are in the gaming world. Let's be honest.
Throne and Liberty is back with its biggest update yet, and it has a whole host of new features for you to check out.
Hyperboost plus Gear Soft Reset.
The Hyperboost servers will allow fast catch-up mechanics, and now Tier 3 gear. It means a clean slate for new and returning players.
You know what? I'm actually proud of him. Unironically, I'm proud of Soulman. He's gotten big enough now that he's pulling money from sponsors. What a lad. What a champion. Congratulations to him. Well played.
New servers.
Everyone can start fresh together, perfect for those trying to get back into the game.
Orb weapons.
Fast-paced skill shot magic weapon that lets you place up to 3 orbs on the battlefield, controlling allies and enemies with precision.
Battlegrounds.
Repeatable, rewarding PvP. Let's go.
Dimensional Trials.
Time attack dungeons with a competitive weekly leaderboard plus customizable difficulty.
Housing.
Everyone knows that how
I love how there's no difference between this and what is effectively a mobile game with everything he's saying here. I love how it's just about the same. At least from an outsider perspective. I haven't played that much Throne and Liberty. Kira's question, can I buy an airsoft gun and 3D print a barrel and a snap-on that is bright, obnoxious orange? Yes, you can. Just get the right filament or just spray it. That's all you need. Just spray paint it and you'll be fine. But you could probably achieve the same with a piece of like a piece of toilet paper roll, like the inside cardboard piece, and some glue.
Housing is the true endgame when it comes to MMOs. This new feature will include long-term horizontal progression and prestigious customizable homes for you to unlock. Throne and Liberty has come a long way since it was first released and isn't quite what you remember. It's much better. To download.
Oh man, I wonder if they gave him a script to read and didn't let him change anything. Poor lad. You should look into a little indie MMO called Fellowship that launches here in a month. It's pretty solid. I'll take a look into it.
Throne and Liberty today and join the Hyperboost servers.
Realm of the Mad God.
At
I've
number
heard
10,
of this.
we have Realm of the Mad God. This title
There's no way this is a fucking MMO.
encapsulates the true spirit of indie. The definition of indie usually refers to a small independent studio with limited resources that can't compete with a AAA studio. But it's more than that. It's about
Okay, how is this an MMO? This doesn't look like an MMO to me.
taking random game designs and smashing them together to make something that is not mainstream. Realm of the Mad God combines roguelike with MMO, and it does it in a 2D pixel art way, and it is just glorious. You have a bunch of different
Oh no. Oh no. Sawman's becoming lazy peon. He confused MMO for RPG. Oh no. Is this what happens when you hit a certain sub count? The Shadow Council of MMORPG players show up and they're like, you're gonna start calling games that aren't MMOs, or we're gonna fuck your ass. Is this how it works? What is going on here? This is not an MMO, it's an RPG roguelike. What the fuck? Huh?
different classes to choose from, but more so than that, you
I'm
only
so
have
confused.
one life. So if you die, you delete your character and start again. But what I really love about this MMO is that it takes the concept of MMOs need to be grindy, and it basically fast tracks it. So max level to get to is level 20, and then
Where's the MMO component of it? I just see RPG roguelike. What the fuck am I looking at here?
after that you gain fame. But level 20 isn't that hard to get to. It will take you maybe an hour or two. But the idea is, if you are truly a god at this game, then your character will live on for a lifetime, and you can customize them.
I'm
with the
so
best in
confused
slot
right
gear
now.
And just improve your overall presence in the game. It has the usual MMO stuff like dailies and crafting. There's also pets and
You mean
guilds, and a
RPGs?
heap load of dungeons to get through.
It's an RPG.
The idea is you all work together on a realm
so
to face the
confused.
mad god himself, and you work together to take him down. So it encapsulates that MMO
Oh,
energy
okay,
that
okay. So there's some. Okay, at least there are some. Okay.
everyone loves.
I was
It
so
is free to play,
confused.
but there is also a in-game cash shop. And if you're looking for a roguelike which will last slightly
Okay,
longer
okay,
than 200
okay.
hours, yes,
All
I
right.
love Potato.
All right, I get it. Yeah, it's okay. All he had to say was there's an in-game cash shop. It's an MMO. Okay, I get it.
What of it? Then maybe this is the MMO crossover that you've been waiting for. Before we take a look at what's at number 9, just a quick shameless plug. I have a website, and on that website I'll have articles such as the top 10 free-to-play MMOs, the
I
top
don't
10
know where
private
he gets the
servers,
time to
and
do
of course,
this.
the top 10 indie MMOs. There's also other guides and stuff on there for you to read, so please check it out. Anyway, number 9. I discovered Haven and Half last year.
So no, it's an MMO. It's got a cash shop. XR. He's right. It is an MMO. That's how you can tell a game's an MMORPG in 2025. Is there's a filthy in-game cash shop trying to fuck your wallet as hard as possible.
And I have to say, it is a gem of a title. Now, I
How
know
is
it's not
this?
going to be to everyone's taste, given the fact that it's got this 2D/3D look about it, but hey, people like RuneScape, right? What makes this game particularly interesting
I
is
kinda
that
like
you
it.
only have one life, and if you do die, you have to start all over again. It does have survival elements. You load up with nothing, and you have to go around, forage for material, and slowly build up your worth. It has a very complex skilling and crafting system. You can gain something called learning points by discovering and foraging for new items out
I understand. It's Timu Survival Evolved. I understand.
in the wild. These learning points can then be put towards different professions and skills, and these skills vary from farming to firemaking and even to magic and PvP. It is a open world sandbox that does give you freedom to interact with other players and even work together or become foes. But more than that, it is a persistent world, so even when you log off, it continues. You could be raided whilst you sleep, although there are protections against that, and PvP, although it is open world, isn't as common as you might think. The servers do go through a life cycle of wiping every year or so don't feel like you're going to be overwhelmed by how advanced everyone is. From the interactions I had with the community, they were very nice, very friendly.
I'm having some serious deja vu. You sure we didn't already watch this video, or is he covering the same game he talked about before? It's a similar game with the top-down perspective to a different video that he did, but I've definitely not watched this video before.
And honestly, it was kind
Because
of...
I know, because I've never seen him do a Throne and Liberty ad in my life. And it's the first time I've seen it. But also, this game looks pretty unique. It looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna be honest, it's got a unique art style, and it's gonna like irritate some people, but this is like nostalgia bait for someone like me.
Cozy, which is strange to think this of a game which is so hardcore. Despite only having one life, death isn't the end. If you do die, you can go recover your body and actually get your XP back, along with your gear.
Have I considered doing a Roblox stream? Nah, I don't want to fuck kids.
I think this is a really fun MMO, and what makes it even better is that it's free and on Steam. So, what are you waiting for? Go check it out.
Okay, this one he's talking
Worm
about.
Online was Minecraft before Minecraft. It was a complex survival RPG where people were encouraged to interact with one another, share knowledge, and build communities together. It is indeed massively multiplayer, but it's also massively complex. On my playthrough, I attempted to build a house, and even that...
Man, look at that butt pussy right there. Look at that. Look at that. Those are either stains or this man's got the most shaded crack in the world. It's hypnotizing. It's distracting.
Took me almost a day. I had to cut down the trees, I had to sand down the boards, I had to make nails, and to do that I had to go mine iron, which I then had to smelt. To do this I had to build a furnace, and I had to get the iron to the correct temperature for it to be hot enough for me to smith it into nails. And then once I did have my wood...
What do you think happened? What happened to MMOs? Why is every MMO now trying to be a survival game? Why is every MMO... It's like a transgender game. It like used to be an MMO, but it used to be a survival sandbox game, but now it identifies as an MMO. But instead of like doing anything to actually like become an MMO, it just took the label and walked into the women's bathroom with its dick out. Like, what? I don't... Oh, man. Is this how I find out that I have Alzheimer's, that I'm having a fucking stroke live? God damn, where are we? What happened? I feel like at some point, I skipped universes. Like, I stubbed my toe at the wrong point in time and just ended up in an alternate universe where everything's fucked up. What the hell happened to my MMO genre? God damn.
My nails, my hammer, which I then also had to craft. I had to place each bit of wood individually on my house. It took a lifetime. And I would 100% do it again. Because for some reason, this game just felt super rewarding. And when you see what other people have built, you really begin to realize how much time and love has gone into this game. Not just by the devs, but by the community itself. I will say this though, I think you have to be some level of artistic to enjoy this game, because it really is one where it takes a lot of concentration and mental focus. And guess what? It is once again free to play and on Steam. So make sure you check it out.
Go look at Wolf's Dungeon. No. I don't want to see a porn game right now. Ethereal Echoes of Yore.
Ethereal Echoes of Yore has quite the coloured history. It was originally developed and produced by Geddy Berry Studios. Yes, that's a real name. However, on launch, it pretty much flopped. A fan of the game saw the potential of Echoes of Yore and actually ended up buying the rights to it. What they should have done is change the name of it. They dropped the subscription-based model and actually made it free to play. And since then, the game has been improving month after month. Although the player numbers don't quite reflect how much...
This looks the most MMORPG. Oh, what? Why is he talking about this game, but then he pulls up the New World fucking player chart? God damn it.
This game has improved over the last year.
Do your research.
So what makes this game so appealing? It blends classic RPG styles with a MMO feel, and yes, it looks very indie, mainly due to the store-bought assets. I generally like the gameplay, and I think it's sort of like RuneScape, but with WASD. And if anything, the game just needs a little bit of polish. And that's no fault of the devs, they did buy a half-cooked game after all. But with time, love and care, I'm sure this will grow out to be a decent MMO. And it was fun to play with other people, and that's what MMO is all about, right? Being social. Pantheon,
oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh my god. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why people love this game so much. One of these days, I'm going to hop on stream and just play this for weeks, like, non-stop. One day when I'm burned out of Guild Wars 2, 25 years from now, I'm going to hop on stream and try and figure out why people love Pantheon Rise of the Fallen.
Has done something which a lot of Kickstarters struggle to do, and that is get their product to Steam. Despite being in early access, I thought it was worth mentioning on the list just because of how far it's come. It was initially started back in 2014, and in that time, a lot has changed. But its key focus has always been to be a classic-style MMORPG aimed at anyone who loved and adored EverQuest.
I'm gonna come.
There's a strong social feel about this game because it is hard to go and solo stuff yourself. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's definitely worth grouping up with friends.
Oh yeah, that's
On its
real.
initial
That's
first few months
okay. That's like D&D rolling a dice kind of fighting. Okay, I can see the appeal.
of release on Steam, it did get respectable numbers, although it has dipped off recently. They do have some expansions and classes in the works though. They're constantly building on the strong foundations that they've already laid. This MMO is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but they clearly have targeted the boomer market. And as a young whippersnapper, I did enjoy this title, and I look forward to see what future expansions have to offer.
God. What if, just hear me out, what if Pantheon Rise of the Fallen outperforms Ashes of Creation? Where do we go from there? What kind of insane universe are we looking at where that might be true? That might actually happen. You're gonna review Ship of Heroes. Don't pay for it, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Maybe I will. I mean, look, if I sort out my streaming schedule and I can stream more often, I don't see why I couldn't play other MMOs. I have seen no idea. Isn't it a scam? Turns out, no, they actually built a game, Edward.
So if you are looking for a more laid-back MMO as opposed to the action combat ADHD TikTok dancing in Starbucks because I'm bisexual,
It's dead. The new world, it's dead. The play base are leaving. They're leaving in droves because there's no content.
then Pantheon might just be the game for you.
I mean, the guy wasn't wrong. Core Punk. Oh,
Core Punk
man.
is another indie title which is not
I have such a soft spot for this game because I like the way it feels. It's so shit to watch someone play this, but it feels better than it looks.
afraid to up the difficulty and try something a bit different. This small studio took inspiration from a lot of MOBAs and tried to implement it into a steampunk MMO, and I have to say, it works really well. The top-down ARPG approach makes for interesting combat, and there is a very in-depth crafting and gearing system. I know there was some concerns because they used AI voice acting, but honestly, when it's a indie studio doing it, is it that big of a deal?
I said no! No!
I'll let you guys debate.
You know, everyone's so mad at the AI voice acting stuff, but I bet you, based on the way the translations I've seen in anime into English language, I would rather have a dog shit anime English translation any day of the week than the self-insert of some fucking self-righteous dipshit translating the Japanese language to English and taking so many fucking liberties that they actually fuck up the story. Give me the shitty AI. Give me the dog shit AI. They'll do a better job. Core Punk feels nice. It feels like StarCraft 2, but the game itself is shit and the devs are making it shittier. Well, I don't know if they're making it shittier. It's been a while since I tried it out. But when I tried it out, it did feel good. It's like banging someone else's dad in the kitchen. It might not look great, but if done right, it can feel pretty good.
That in the comments section. Rather than creating your own character, you actually have 6 heroes to choose from, technically 12 because there's male and female versions, and they do plan on releasing another 6. It is technically, once again, in early access, with the full release being by the end of 2025, but there should be enough content to keep you tied over till then. Unfortunately, it's still on a standalone launcher, and I think if it did actually make its way to Steam, it would grow in popularity quite quickly.
Yes,
but
I
until then, it's going to be one that you...
Honestly, I think if this game managed to hit Steam, it would have a solid enough player base that it would survive. They need to get this shit on Steam. I don't know why it's not there. What's your favorite mobile game of all time? Chess. It's the perfect game to take a dump. You get to take a dump on someone in game and take a dump in real life. It's great. To be fair, though, the only instance of people doing bullshit with anime translation that worked was the dub of Ghost Stories. No. That's not fair. That's not fair. the instance of people doing bullshit with anime translation that worked is all the guys who did Abridged Dragon Ball Z and all of those animes. They did a way better job of that. Way fucking better job.
Might not necessarily hear
Oh my
too
god, they
much
made
about, but by
they made the anime watchable in English.
no means it is worth giving a go. If you've watched my channel for a while now, you know that I utterly adore Mortal Online 2.
But hold on. It won't hit Steam because people will review bomb it into oblivion. I don't think they will. I see no reason why they would. I honestly think even if they just released it without any fanfare, I don't think people would care enough to go out of their way to review bomb it.
Don't get me wrong, I don't play it as much as I'd like to, but it's just something about watching the world
Penis
evolve
Online.
and develop that I enjoy more than ever. Even watching the dev streams, which are hosted by Henrik, the CEO of Starvol, can be something of a theatrical
A Giga Chad made this game?
display.
I have a fake beard. What kind of madness is that? This is my jawline and this is my beard. Isn't that amazing that you think it's fake?
Fucking Giga Chad made Mortal Online. What the fuck am I learning here? Look at this man. He's immaculate. What the hell? What kind of chin surgery did he get to look that good? Jesus Christ. He looks like a good version of Destiny. Yeah, he's alternate universe Destiny who stayed with his wife and raised his child.
Fake. I wouldn't ever have guessed that. I've never thought about that.
The guy literally looks like the Giga Chad meme, and that's not even an insult. I think as the years have gone by, the game has definitely progressed in a positive light.
Not just me.
It is a open world sandbox with full loop PvP. However, they have been adding more direction to the sandbox by introducing new POIs, events, and of course what every MMO needs, daily requests. What really makes this game stand out is the immersion. It is forcing you into a first-person perspective, giving you that limited first-person view, so you do feel like you're more involved with the environment. There is very limited information on what to do with craftable items and even where POIs actually are. So a lot of the times you'll have to speak to other players in-game, and you can do this using their VoIP system, which is super popular and used pretty much.
Hey, what's up, Invectus? Thanks for the sub. You know what I've noticed? I've noticed this. He keeps using this exact same clip over and over again. And if I'm being honest, I think what entraps Sawman about Mortal Online in particular is it was a good experience because of the players, not the game itself. That's my conspiracy theory. Go play it again. Russians are exploiting and hacking on EU and NA is dead because a handful of max-geared autists dominate the rest of the PB. Well, then they need to launch new servers in Africa for me specifically to play the game solo.
Much by everyone. There are, of course, dungeons that you can go and explore, and there's always a risk of running into other players, and some of them might not always be friendly. They have a very in-depth skill tree and crafting system, which means you can't just do everything. You're going to have to specialize in certain abilities and rely on other players to also help you. This really does drive the economy in Mortal Online 2. And better still, banks are localized, and so is the trading. So you will have to make journeys across the...
What is the population of Mortal Online 2 currently? What players? What players is Soulman talking about? What fucking players? Where? And these players, Soulman, they're in the room with us as we speak? Remember that technique of gaslighting GPT into giving dangerous information? I've truly mastered it to write descriptive, blatantly explicit sex scenes with hard... Yeah, no, of course. It's always going to work because it's hard to do that. It's hard to block that kind of stuff. Newest update of CP. Do not abbreviate core punk. It's not going to work out well for anyone. Destiny might start playing that game. We don't want that to happen. Just kill PvE gearing as the devs try and force players to either use their shitty key affixes like M+ in WoW or play PvP where you get killed by max-geared autist. It's simple. The solution is simple, Sasha. Make the game pay to win, and then if you touch the cash shop, you get layered into a different version of the game where everyone else who touches the cash shop is, and everyone who never touches the cash shop plays a completely separate game.
The map to go to other towns and speak to other people.
And then take
whether it's by design-
and then take the max geared autists and keep them out of the game entirely. Like give them their own server. It's like you hit a certain level of autism and you just go off into your own server, and you just don't know the transfers happened.
Or not, one of the biggest sales pitches is that there is one server for everyone to play on, which means you will eventually get to know everyone on that server. So when people
because there's 2 people per server.
talk about stuff that's happened in game, it's very likely that you could have been there at the same time witnessing it or being a part of it. But as much as I like glazing this game, there is still a lot of issues with it. It can run a bit janky sometimes, the combat is not very optimized, but you also have to buy the game and then pay for a monthly sub. I think it should be one or the other, not both. All in all though, it is a truly unique indie experience, and honestly, it's worth playing at least once. The more I talk about this game, the more I feel like I need to go back, do another video on it. What do you guys think? 2,069 likes, and I will revisit Mortal Online 2.
Oh god. Yes. That's a suicide mission.
Now for a
Foxhole.
game that's truly breaking that.
Okay, I've heard about this game a lot. I don't know how good or bad it is. I don't even know if it really counts as an MMORPG. But I've heard some people talk about this and they're obsessed with the game.
MMO mold, and that is of course Foxhole. When we talk about MMOs, a lot of people instantly think of some medieval fantasy roleplay as opposed to what MMOs really are, which is massively multiplayer and online. Foxhole incorporates massive PvP along with resource gathering and building to give you this one-of-a-kind MMO. Despite being loosely based around World War II, it doesn't have that first-person shooter feel about it. If you remember Company of Heroes, it feels more like that. It also has VoIP and squads and guilds that you can join, and honestly, this game isn't for the faint-hearted. It isn't an easy one to just jump into. It's going to take a few hours to get used to it and hopefully get good at it. The Steam numbers have been pretty consistent over the last couple of months and is still very popular.
A fucking guy just gunned down your friend and you're sitting there with like a fucking bolt action gun while he just machine guns down everyone around. That was like the dumbest gameplay I've ever seen. It makes me want to play the game.
And furthermore, they're working on a new title called Anvil Empires, which is going to be the same premises but based during the Roman Empire. So if you do want to try something different, this one is definitely worth adding to your Steam library.
It does look interesting. Oh, Project Gorgon.
What can I say about Project Gorgon,
my
which I haven't
God.
said already? Honestly, I've glazed this game quite a lot. I know it's not super popular, but it's just a nice refreshing feel to the MMO genre, mainly because it is more RPG than MMO, but it still has that MMO feel about it. Towns are populated with people, the economy is booming, and you will run into players all over the world. The only issue I have with this game is that I simply just don't have the time to play it. Similar to Mortal Online 2, it's very
If you look at an MMORPG and you are saying, I don't have the time to play it, what you're actually saying is, there are other things I would rather be doing. But I don't want to be a dickhead about it. Because if a game is good enough, you will make the time to play it. Do you see that? Do you see that? Did you see the dodge there? He couldn't find a reason to hate it. He didn't want to be mean because he put a sponsored segment in here, and if he says the game's dog shit, the sponsor runs away. Genius. He understands. He's playing the game.
very addictive, and you can find yourself just getting lost in the world and winding up doing nothing for hours. I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just that you're likely to neglect real-world responsibilities if you play these games too much. But if you've got the time on your hand, why not? Why shouldn't you transform into a deer and then spend your time role-playing as a deer by the lake talking to random strangers? And what's also quite refreshing is that they have a free demo on Steam, so you can try before you buy. So what have you got to lose by trying it out?
Time.
Before I reveal what number 1 is, I just want to give a shout out and some special mentions to some titles which didn't make the list.
I still want to try Dracantos.
And there are a few which I left off, such as Ashes Creation and Star Citizen, because can you call them indie with the budgets that they have?
No.
No. And there are some other titles like Monsters and Memories, Apagia, and of course Stars Reach, which all look great, but they are still in alpha. And I don't really want to be saying, hey guys, these games are great, when they might...
Never have faith in alpha MMOs that are released reaching any kind of final release date. If it happens, it's a blessing. But consider that these games are always going to be in alpha. Just assume these games are never leaving alpha. So many fucking games these days release in an alpha state and they never change, and they die in an alpha state. It's like reaching into a 6-month pregnant woman's vagina and ripping the baby out, right? Sure, it's gonna wiggle around and breathe a little bit, but it's gonna fucking die. Stop doing this. Just develop your fucking game. Here, let me explain this, right? Let's say you've got a game. You have time and you have resources, right? If you don't release the game, right, all of your time and all of your resources are spent on developing the game, right? But if you don't do that and you actually release your bullshit game in alpha, what happens is suddenly you're spending more of your time managing the shitty game in its released version instead of spending all of your time developing the game further, and you're spending some portion of your fucking resources managing this now online ball of shit instead of spending everything you have making this game as good as possible. You're fucking yourself. Releasing games in alpha is such a fucking mistake if you want a game that's going to be good. How many games have been released in an alpha state that have finally come out and then are good? Versus how many games released in an alpha state are released... You spawned a Tangier dungeon. And for a... Is that the fucking Waffle House? Baldur's Gate 3, not an MMO. Valheim, not an MMO. How many games, how many MMORPGs have been released into an alpha state, then released and gone for a full release and been good, versus how many have released in an alpha state and then died, or just been complete fucking trash? God damn it, what the fuck? Your characters have fucking gear on them. What the fuck is going on here? What the hell am I watching? What is this shit? What the hell am I watching? Oh god, fuck, who wants to hear that voice? What? Edward wrote a manifesto and followed through. I haven't seen that one before. Convince someone anal isn't gay. Barrow defeated Cyro. Convinced someone anal isn't gay. What the fuck? Set fire to a job application. Was found. Was found the boss too early. Okay. Found a hidden passageway. Found a hidden chest. Defeated a hallucination. Chest was empty. Obtained a common sage boot. Gee, man, the prompts here are insane. Obtained an uncommon fluorescent cyan sword. Common gunmetal shield. Uncommon. Okay, now maid bottom. What the fuck does that even mean? Man, I gotta customize this shit. So I'm trying to imagine the kind of conversation you have to have with someone to try and convince them that anal's not gay. No, dude, but if it's your own ass. Oh god. Oh god, Jesus Christ. There are some things you can win out of the dungeon, by the way, like free TTS use and stuff like that. I don't know how it happens, but apparently that's a thing. Well, congratulations to you fuckers. Well done. Where's that one that gives 10,000 XP for calling a cop the N-word? I have no idea. That's probably like a rare spawn thing.
Change their whole direction.
Let's
and
continue.
if you do feel like I missed some really important ones, then let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll revise this list next year, or maybe I'll...
Chielde, I wish I could. Take it up with Tangier, not with me.
I'll go play them, try them out myself, and do a 100-hour review. But anyway, that's enough yapping. Let's take a look at what is number 1.
The number one indie
It is,
MMO.
of course, Albion Online. I mean, how can we not have it as number one? Look at the success it's had over the years. And
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. By sheer numbers, by sheer volume of players, by sheer complexity of gameplay, in the MMORPG indie tier list, I can completely understand someone saying that Albion Online is number one. I can't think of a single game that's an indie MMO that would be able to compete with Albion and win. I don't see it. So that's fair. I understand.
look how far
I
it's
get it.
come. But furthermore, it did it by being different from all the other titles out there. It's a top-down, sandbox MMORPG with a PvP focus. It is a success story like no other, and it's a rare one in the MMO genre. But most importantly, it's fun to play, it's social, and it still has a decent-sized population.
Yeah, you only... So, like, Albion Online is really, really fun to play until you get into, like, the ultra-sweaty territory, where you realize, like, the game is rigged by large guilds and shit who are gonna fuck you up, and people are using, like, bots to scan your gear to see if it's worthwhile for, like, a group of people to come out of the woods and fuck your ass if you go into a black zone. But, like, if you're playing the game casually and just enjoying yourself, yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, ignoring everything else, like the politics of the game and what's going on in the background, it's pretty fun, and I don't think anything else competes with it.
The game gets yearly updates, and there's a strong community feel about it. Honestly, if you haven't played Albion Online by now, give it a go. I know it's PvP focused, which puts a lot of people off, but there's still a lot of other stuff to do. For instance, it's got the most Care Bear feature in the world, and that is, of course, housing. It has a strong economy, which means you can just be a player.
What a waste of time housing is.
Who just accumulates a lot of money. That's what you're into. There's also PvE dungeons that you can do. And I know not many people like this, but it's also available on mobile. I think it goes to show that innovation in the MMO genre isn't quite dead yet. You can set yourself apart by being different and still be successful.
Innovation's not dead. Let's just... When was Albion Online released? Innovation's not dead, huh? The top indie MMORPG is so old that most Roblox devs wouldn't fuck it anymore. Innovation's not dead, huh? Yeah. That's not what I want to hear, because it's a lie.
Successful. And on that bombshell, that concludes my top 10 indie MMOs you should check out. Let me know in the comment section below if you think I've missed any off, or if you put them in a different order. As I said earlier, check out my slop website with slop articles, and if you want to see more slop like this, then please leave a like. Otherwise, how would I know you?
He best be generating those slop articles using ChatGPT, and they better be 40% incorrect. That puts you way above what Fextra Life does anyway.
Like this stuff. If you want to support the channel further, feel free to become a YouTube member or a Patreon member. By doing so, you'll get extra benefits like Discord secret channel.
Yeah, well done.
Oh yeah, I drop previews of my videos I'm working on, so if you're impatient, you can watch the intros. Oh, and hand pics. Sometimes I post pictures of my hand holding stuff. I know. Anyway,
Well played.
I'm gonna go now.
Anyway,
Bye-bye.
that was good. That was pretty decent. Not a bad list. I think some of those MMOs are a joke, but I think it's more a symptom of the MMORPG genre than anything else. A decent video. I think I agree with him that number one has to be Albion. I can't think of another game that's indie, that's gone out of their way to do as much as they do, and that is as enjoyable to play as Albion Online is. I was a sweaty in Albion, somehow more so in Albion than anywhere else. Every person I knew was a racial stereotype. Midwestern stoners, Asians with psychotic grudges against each other, Indian and Israeli scammers, it was all there. So it was basically upgraded RuneScape. Sometimes you need to convince someone that anal isn't gay in order to get a cool sword. Yeah, a cool sword covered in shit. Can't play Albion anymore, it hurts too much. A buddy of mine played nothing but it, and it ended up killing himself out of nowhere. Jesus Christ. Fuck, I don't think it was Albion that did it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand. Yeah, I think Foxhole probably deserved to be higher on the list, to be honest. I'm not sure what the fuck, I'm not sure what the fuck Project Gorgon's doing here. That should be like down here at number 10. Let's be honest. Might be a factor. I mean, anyone who plays MMORPGs is probably partially suicidal. It comes with the territory. And with that in mind, let's talk about probably the worst MMORPG launch ever. It's been a while since I've looked at a Kira video. Every now and then this man has an enjoyable take. Let's see if this is one of these.
What up, friendos? Welcome back. I posted a video about this new superhero MMO called Ship of Heroes.
Oh, that's a bit too fast.
Launching a game that looks
like, this is the one you just talked about, Ship of Heroes.
Well, I mean, it looks like what it looks like for the price of $60 up front, with also a $15 per month subscription. And people asked me to play it, so I did, and since I had to suffer through that experience, now you do too.
What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck is this? No.
We're trying to acquire
what is this, VR chat?
I have no idea what it does exactly, but Ambassador has ordered
no.
at any cost.
Why can you not stop lying? Please stop lying! What is wrong with you?
So let me just give you the cliff notes. The game is not good.
God.
And I don't mean like in a
$60 plus a sub. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh man. Who made this game?
Tooty. I've just got my hands on the latest Ubisoft game, which is totally playable, decent even,
oh,
but not
no.
worth my time to play or the box price, because there's just loads of better games out there for cheaper to play or that I already own, or maybe there's a new
like Ship of Heroes
indie gem to play and I just want to play that instead. I mean, this game is just not good in a way that it's almost offensively so. I see zero reason for anybody to play this. I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, but this is how the world works. This game looks, feels, controls, and is just worse than the currently playable for free version of City of Heroes.
Oh, Christ.
Anybody wanting a superhero MMO can go and play instead. And I mean this in every single way possible. This game is worse. Character customization, which is about 60% of the enjoyment of these types of games. Movement, combat, visual, story, and most importantly, soul. This game has one of the worst designed sounds ever, like the system of sound, from doing stuff, music. It's just really bad. Stock footage, elevator music that's just constantly playing in the background. AI for all.
I'm sorry, I'm becoming a fan. I'm almost impressed. Like, you know when something is so bad, it becomes impressive? That's what's happening right now. Like, it's like, you could shit on this game all you want, or you could be like, how the fuck did they make this? What the fuck am I looking at? Like, oh my god.
All the voices of all the NPCs.
I'll check the Palia account now. Oh, fuck yeah, 19 people. Oh my god. Well, okay, they maxed themselves out on the 23rd of September at 80 people. More people give a shit about this video than have even played the game. Oh my god. Oh, that's beautiful. As a community, I'm so proud of everyone.
Which I'm pretty sure you're supposed to disclose on the Steam store page as per their rules, and yet nothing at all mentioned about it. It's just, it feels, looks soulless to play. When you have something that is supposed to copy almost identically something else, but that...
I gotta say, it's pretty impressive of Kira to get the entire player base of Ship of Heroes to dislike his video.
The thing still exists, and is more populated, it's free, it's better. There just isn't any reason to play this other thing at all. Add on $60 price tag, $15 a month sub, and, well, then you get Ship of Heroes. Add on to all this that the game doesn't even fucking work. And at the end of my brief, you know, it was only 30 minutes of gameplay, I was just trying to repeatedly close the game, open the game, enter the mission. You know, you have to go into these little private instances to do missions to progress your quests. And it would just give me an infinite black screen. And it wasn't just me. All 20 of the other $60 paying customers were discussing their inability to even play the game in the...
This is peak. This is peak. I'm sorry, this is peak gameplay. This is peak. This is exactly what we deserve as MMO players. For eating shit for years and never holding devs accountable, this is what we deserve. This is the ultimate MMORPG of 2025. This deserves an award.
Chat, which is global, I imagine. The Infinite Black Screen had defeated the entire ship of heroes, or combined might couldn't defeat the inaccessible game content that blocked our progression. And maybe that was the point. Maybe the game was designed this way. The powerful foe that we were training up to fight had won, and it was the game itself, a fitting end for our journey, and one that would probably be more satisfying than my other 29 minutes of gameplay, where despite me being level 2, I was fucking invincible. Nothing could kill me. Simply fly through.
I'm sorry. I gotta point this out to you. This is hold on. This is every single MMORPG player right now. This is every single MMORPG player looking at have no context of what that movie is. That sounds exactly like every single MMORPG player in 2025. Oh my god. By the way, that is a fucking incredible movie. That is such a good movie. It's so good that when I made my wife watch it, she never wanted to watch it ever again. She was like, that was beautiful. That was incredible. I never want to watch that movie ever again.
Level 4 enemies do all my quest objectives in front of their eyes, and they couldn't do a single point of damage to me. I could even stand outside and tank 6 or 7 enemies, all higher level than me, and the game would get so bored with me being stood there for so long, taking no damage, that it would simply despawn the enemies. The game is so broken that that's actually a good thing I'm invincible, because anytime I hit a loading screen, which is most of the game anyway, you will be stood there for 10 plus seconds on a black screen, while you can hear enemies hitting you, shooting you, doing whatever, and there's nothing you can do to respond. So if I wasn't invincible, the game would just be me down.
Okay. For the charity event, do I put like a point of donations where if we reach it, I will play this game for like 5 hours? Do I do that? No, 5 hours is too much. Probably like 10 minutes.
Dying to NPCs stood outside a building that I couldn't interact with.
100 hours. I don't want to kill myself. Jesus Christ.
Which then brings me to the next glitch. You know, how many of those did you experience in 30 minutes of gameplay? A lot. Which was, I went in and did a mission where there was 6 enemies outside hitting me, came out, went to go and turn the mission in, and then magically when leaving that building, it just teleported me back in time to the previous building where the enemies were stood outside.
It's
right
so
into
impressive.
The waiting arms of half a dozen enemies I can't interact with, but
Amazing.
luckily don't do any damage. Add in the other glitches, you know, NPCs vanishing, just running around, and then 1 minute they're there, next minute they're not, animation bugs, and the ultimate game ending one where you just can't progress the game because the game goes full black screen and doesn't do anything. Not only are they charging $60 up front and $15 a month for an inferior product, but they're charging for one that doesn't fucking work.
Hold on. Interview with the dev. Edward, if I could get an interview with this dev, I would. Oh my god. Considering that I can look them dead in the eyes and say, what do you have to say to 50% of your player base, aka me?
Which is when I ask myself,
after all, why not? Why shouldn't I keep it?
And realistically, in my history of doing reviews, which has been since like 2019, I'm
gonna be honest, I don't like redeeming games like this. I have this thing where I love having shitty games just sitting there in my library as like a reminder. Like it's like a mark of shame. It's like that time that your mom burned your hand on the stove and like, you know, it fucked up your skin. It's gonna be with you forever. And it should be. So you never forget.
I can count on one hand the amount of times I've refunded a game that I was going to do a review on. And there's probably only one ever that's actually made it into a video. Because most of the time, if I'm going to review a game and it's just really bad, I just don't release the video. One game.
That's why he doesn't make MMORPG content very much anymore. Because all of them are like that.
Yes, the refund with Ship of Heroes. The day before. It's in great company. The day before is the only other game I released a video on that I also refunded. And you know what's crazy about all this? If you sat me in front of like an alternate reality decision machine and said, play 10 hours of the day before on launch, or play 30 more minutes of Ship of Heroes, I legitimately would play the day before for 10 hours rather than play this for 30 more minutes.
Jesus,
it's
that's bad.
There is no redeeming qualities about this thing whatsoever. And I feel like doing any kind of like real review where you treat this as if it's like a real thing would be unfair to everyone involved, me, you, and the creators of the game.
That's
for me,
fair.
because I'd need to hold myself to a standard of doing like at least 10 hours of gameplay for like a first
Ouch.
impressions, which is what I've always done for first impression reviews. And you, because you then have to listen to me, go through and be like, here's a pro, here's a con, but there would be no pros, basically. As for the creators, well, actually fuck them, because they seem to think it's fine to just ban anyone that criticizes the $60 upfront price tag for a game.
They're banning all 5 people playing the game.
Has reached a 100 player count in 24 hours and he's currently at about 25 as I make this video. But with all that being said,
25?
this game has
25? What do we got? What do we got? We got a peak of 19. Oh boy. Peak players 89 in the last 30 days. This is so beautiful. We deserve this. We deserve this. I'm sorry. MMO players deserve this because we keep on making excuses for devs, big or small. We deserve this.
has no future at all. In fact, it only exists because of a need in the market that also no longer exists. Ship of Heroes was created as a fan project to replace a beloved MMO from 2004 called City of Heroes, which closed down officially in 2012. 3 projects popped up at the same time trying to do the same thing. What you might not know is that 2012 to 2015 in the MMORPG niche, there was sort of a crowdfunding boom where a bunch of people raised a whole lot of money.
Bunch of shit starter games on Kickstarter. All of them scams. And like this is what's fucked up, right? No one remembers any of the MMORPGs that were Kickstarter games, but everyone remembers Albion Online, and then they're like, see, it can be done. Yeah, the exception proves the rule. The fact that only one made it through that process proves how dog shit any Kickstarter game is. Do not give them your money. You are throwing it into the void.
For the promise of making MMOs great again. In this niche within a niche of superhero MMO games, 3 different projects popped up vowing to do the same thing, to bring back the glorious feeling of City of Heroes. They were called City of Titans, Valiance Online, I think, and then the culprit for today, Ship of Heroes. All 3 of these projects went through the same goal of trying to find money, find people to work on them, and also find an audience. And none of them did a particularly great job to my knowledge. But at that time, remember, in the mid-2010s, there seemed to be a reason for these games to exist. Fast forward 2019, 6 years ago, and someone exposes that there's just been private servers running for City of Heroes for years, specifically one called Homecoming.
Yes, because the private servers will run better.
This was a wonderful moment because if, like me, you loved City of Heroes, you could just go play the game, albeit unofficially, but running with impunity from the original IP owners. It's still around. They know about it. It's been around for a while. If you wanted a unique, cool, super classic superhero-themed MMO, you can have it. Unfortunately for the 3 fan-made copycats I just listed, including Ship of Heroes, they now had no reason to exist.
Yes.
Imagine this. You stood in front of the drink fountain. You see that Coca-Cola's right there, you know, the premium. It's free. You can have unlimited refills. Just drink as much as you want. And then right next to it is store brand, you know, Walmart, Happy Shopper, whatever.
No. Standing right next to it is a homeless man pissing in empty bottles, offering it to you, telling you that it's just as good as the Coke.
Your country, knockoff version, but it's $60 for a glass and $15 per refill. You got to ask yourself, who the fuck is paying for and drinking the knockoff worse version? When you copy something, you need the previous thing to either not exist or you need to do it better, or at least differently enough that you can have your own audience. If your copy is just it, but a shadow, just worse, who's going to play it? And then add on you're more expensive as well. There's no place in the market for this.
Okay, real question. Real question here. How many people do you need to launch a class action lawsuit? Like, how many people do you need to get together to sue someone? Like on a grander scale? Because all 89 of these people definitely got fucked. But the problem is, that's probably still less people than were touched by Bill Cosby. Is that enough? Is that enough people to justify a fire lawsuit, or will you just get laughed out the courtroom if you all go there together?
So, to end an incredibly negative video, because what else could it be, I thought I'd look at what other people were saying. The ones who, like me, were brave enough to go to the store page and spend $60 freedom to try this pile of shit.
Oh, Jesus.
The reviews are, as you would have guessed, mostly negative. And then there's 37%
Shocking.
of people that said,
No. I want to see the most positive review.
yeah, thumbs up, guys, positive reviews. But if you read them, most of them read like AI or somebody that's, you know, reading from a teleprompter with a Kalashnikov pointed to the back of their head.
Dead internet theory is real. The games are rigged. Do you think that it's just Twitch streamers botting? Did you think it's just the kick people? It's everyone. It's every single fucking company out there. Everyone with an online presence is using bots in one way or another. You want to make it big? It's time to hop on that AI. It's time to get some chat GPT quotes, some positive reviews, fake whatever the fuck you can. It's all bullshit.
It's just a negative review, but then they give it a thumbs up and say, hopefully the game will be much better. But it isn't. It's like eating a plate of shit and saying, yeah, I'd recommend that. If they remove the shit, clean the plate, and put a nice steak on it. You're not reviewing the thing. You're not recommending the thing. You're recommending something that doesn't exist currently. So I don't know how these are even positive reviews in the first place. They're saying the price is bad, the game is bad, but hey, maybe in the future it won't be, which is about as useful as this game is fun. So for a little extra context, just everything about this game's weird. You know, go look at the system requirements and you'll find something freaky, and not the almost AI-generated, you know, PlayStation 1 textured faces that are right next to it. The system requirements of an 8th generation 4.7 gigahertz or higher processor.
Kira TV, how dare you? How dare you take my sweet innocent AI and say that that's AI generated? The AI is doing a way better job than that shit.
32 gig of RAM, a 3000 series NVIDIA card, and 35 gig of drive space.
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
For reference to how insane this is, look at what the game looks like. City of Heroes came out in 2004, and you could probably play it on your smart fridge at this stage. You've got to wonder what they're using all that power for, because, again, the game doesn't even work. But I guess...
Is this game a crypto miner? Is this game like exploiting your GPU to mine crypto for them? I would love to know. Like I almost think that's got to be real, right? Like they're getting you to pay $60 so they can use your GPU as a crypto miner. I'm convinced of that.
That's it. To be honest, there's probably not much more that needs to be said. But I will say, I'm going to pull one positive out of this one here, because there's not much else that could be, because the game is awful. But something good did come out of playing it. I did get my refund, but I was also reminded of a video series I started back in 2019 called Dead Worlds, where I just go and find online games. It didn't have to be an MMO, just an online game that was still officially playable, that had a very low population. Whether it never had high population and it was just obscure, whether it was bad, whether it had just fallen out of favor over time. And I think I'd like to have that series make a comeback, because unlike Ship of Heroes, I'm sure there's some weird, wacky, or at the very least fun and interesting games out there that time's forgotten but still somehow exist. But I guess that's it for this one.
Oh,
Hopefully
man.
you enjoyed. If you are sitting there in
Decent
your vintage
video.
Spider-Man Jim Jams clutching your original box of City of Heroes, I still have mine somewhere at my parents' house, so I'm right there with you.
I wish
If
I
that's
had mine.
you, just go and play City of Heroes Homecoming. No one
Yes.
is making MMOs anymore, not like they used to. If what you're looking for is a game from the 2000s, you're better off playing the games from the 2000s, or better yet, go and make a homemade Superman outfit and run around in your garden. That's probably better than playing this, because you'll get...
He's not wrong! Oh my god! Oh no, he's not wrong! Oh, fuck. You know what the worst part about this is? This leads to, like, the biggest, like... How do I say this? The biggest question out there is, are MMORPGs dead? Dead and gone? Are they a relic of a bygone era? And I think the answer is actually yes. We're playing boomer games that don't exist anymore.
A bit of exercise, and it won't cost you $60 plus $180 per year. I don't like tearing down indie developers, but I also hold them to a standard, because I support indie games. I've spent thousands of dollars backing games on Kickstarter. I promoted games on Kickstarter. I promoted games in early access. Whenever you do it right, I'll be right there with you. If your game's good, if there's a vision there, even if it's not currently as good as it needs to be, then I'm all for supporting that. But hobbies aren't charity, and this game not only has no reason to exist, it's also run by what seems like some really unpleasant people, judging from their handling of criticism over something as simple as the game's cost, which a lot of people were being really nice about and just saying it's not.
Bunch of bitches. Little bunch of bitches. I'm sorry, if you gave this game a positive review and you're a real human being, what you need to do is you need to be put on a list in your local country and never be allowed to vote ever again. You've lost that right now. You need to have your human rights stripped, and we need to just put you in a box and like feed you once a day. Because that's all you need to survive. You'll probably say you enjoy the experience too. There are low-quality games on Steam, and they are just viruses and Trojans. One would tell people to go to their own website to download. Yeah, no, we looked at the short yesterday.
Not worth this, it's not going to sell a lot, it's not going to do well. And their response was, no, it is, you're wrong, get banned, and our community's fine with it. As we've seen, that community can't have been fine with it unless they have no community, because there's no fucker playing this game, and there won't be in the future. If you paid for a yearly subscription, I'm sorry to say, but this game won't be around in a year, and if it is, it definitely won't be with a box price and a subscription fee. Anyway, that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hopefully my video gave you more enjoyment than my time playing the game, and hopefully the money does clear for the refund, because if not, I'll probably need a ship of heroes to assist me, because parting with that money for this game would be a robbery of epic proportions that would need heroes to see it right. See you on the next one. Peace.
God damn. God damn. All right, I got one more video, then I want to play it. I want to play Guild Wars 2. I've saved the best for last. I love Drew Gooden's channel. I love the stuff this guy does. And the fact that he's talking about the online gambling epidemic. Now, I almost think that he's got to look at gacha games. This guy has to look at gacha games at some point, because I bet if he's just looking at like online gambling, like poker and slots and shit, I'm willing to bet he's not even scratching the surface. Morning, a pretty base take there. Listen, you come here for your base takes. You come here to hear this is memory TV, but it's a white guy instead of an Arab. That's what this place is. Oh my god. I bet Drew Gooden doesn't even touch on gacha games, and he has no idea how bad it is. He's still like, you know, iceberg theory, where like the deeper down you go, the more freaky and fucked up it gets. I bet this guy's still on the top of the iceberg by the end of this video. Oh man. So we're gonna watch this, and then we're gonna play some fucking Guild Wars 2. Let's see what Drew Gooden has to say about the online gambling epidemic. I have a personal history with gambling, by the way. Not me in particular, but some of my family members, or at least the people who married into my family. I've said it before, but my step-grandmother had such a vicious gambling problem that my grandfather, who worked on a car, a red Lancia, I keep on confusing it with a Scorpion, but it's a red Lancia. He worked on that car for fucking decades of his life because he loved it that much. He used to take me to car shows. He used to teach me everything he knew about vehicles. I didn't listen because I was fucking retarded. But I value that time that I spent with him. One day, my step-grandmother stole his car and sold it. And now she didn't sell it to pay off her gambling debt. She sold it so she could get in even more gambling debt. Then, when she was so far in the hole that no one would, everyone was going to be like, I'm going to break your fucking kneecaps if you don't pay off your gambling debt, she then starts harassing my mom. And being like, you need to give me money, you need to continually give me money. And my mom's response was, go fuck yourself. She was like, please, I'm gonna kill myself unless you give me money. And you know what my mom's response to that was? Then die. My mom was not gonna give that gambling bitch any money. And so what she did, and this is so contrived, it's almost insane. What my step-grandmother did was she tried to fake her suicide, but she failed successfully, right? Because she was such a huge fat bitch that when she put a rope around her neck, she jumped off like a ladder, and she had a scissors in her hand because what she wanted to do was do enough damage to her throat and then cut the line. And we know this because we found her plan, her like bullet point plan and shit. And then she was going to blame my mother for this, for not giving her money. But unfortunately, she was so fat and out of shape that when she hung herself, she tried to cut the rope, but she couldn't, she didn't have the arm strength to lift her arm above her head. And so she ended up dead. So I have a personal history with gambling. I've seen what gambling does to people on a first name basis. And I know this because I had to try and get that bitch off that rope. Because I was the only family member strong enough to do it. And it was a battle. But I also thought to myself, I gotta remember the name of this rope. This brand is fucking strong rope. Holy shit. If I need anything, if I need a truck, if I need a shipping container towed any day, I gotta remember this brand name rope because damn, that shit's strong. What was the brand? I don't remember. I wish I knew. It was, man, that was some strong fucking, it was some strong ass rope. She was a horrible person, by the way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't celebrate her death, but I am unsurprised by it. I will make jokes about it. She was a horrible human being. She tried to like use me as like to manipulate my mother. She tried to like use me as leverage against my own mom. And I know this because as I got older, I registered that there was a point in time where I stopped seeing my grandparents for a while. And then she killed herself. And like, I then like started running memories through my head and like conversations I'd had with her that were like, I just passed off as like normal adult behavior that I didn't understand. As a kid, I started then like running them back through my head and I was like, Jesus Christ. This bitch was trying to turn me against my mom. She's a fucking monster, that woman. That's what you get for not using lead cards for gambling. Was she going to eat the lead card? I'm not sure what the fuck you mean. She should have used fucking snake eyes dice. She should have used something. But goddamn, she was a horrible person. And she made my grandfather's life a living hell as well. It's still gruesome even though she was unpleasant. No, it's still gruesome. It's still horrific. And I'll make light of the situation because it's an old situation and I moved past it. I don't celebrate her death, but Jesus Christ. What a horrific human being she was. Jesus. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see what the online gambling epidemic experience has been for him.
Months ago, to celebrate my friend's birthday, I went on a Victory Casino cruise. And not only did everyone get seasick almost immediately, but we also lost all the money we brought in to gamble with.
Beautiful.
It was one of the best.
So, yes, that's gambling. You're going there to burn money. That's it.
Days of my life. For a good portion of the past century, getting on a boat that reeks of piss and wobbling your way out just far enough into the ocean so that laws don't exist anymore was one of the only ways to legally gamble in the United States. It had such a convoluted barrier of entry that most people could go their entire lives without ever being tempted to do it. Just don't go to Nevada and you'll probably never see a casino. In 2024, this is no longer the case.
Only on FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, PrizePicks, Underdog, Hard Rock Bet.
I'm gonna be honest, I live in a really shitty area, right? And sometimes I have to drive through the city that lives near me. Every building is burned down. The paint's peeling off of it. It's fucked up. There's rust on everything. But there are 2 buildings. Only 2 that are fucking immaculate. The first is the liquor store. And the second is the sports betting gambling house. Those buildings look like they were built by an Arab prince. Everything else around it looks like fucking Fallout 3. I'm not kidding. I have beef with you. Oh, you do? So, man, what's your beef with me? What's this? What's this?
Realm of the Mad God is a roguelike. You play as far as you can with 1 life, and when you die...
This is not an MMO. You're wrong. I'll be brave enough to stand up and say it. This is a roguelike RPG with mild MMO mechanics. Actually, you know what? I did change my mind. I did change my mind, so man. I did change my mind because you know what? You know how you tell a game's an MMO? It has a cash shop in it. That's just how it works. No, I didn't understand that it was an MMO until you showed the multiplayer component of it. Josh Strife Hayes is never wrong. He's British. He's always wrong. That's just how it works.
If you watch any sports at all, ads for sports betting have become inescapable. Even if you muted every commercial and closed your eyes until the game came back on, it's still plastered everywhere. DraftKings promos pop up in the middle of a play. There's BetMGM billboards behind home plate. FanDuel logos on the court, on the microphone. They come at you from every angle, pepper spraying you in the face so you don't notice.
Hey, want to see something cool? You can bet on anything. We went from gambling needs to be in a limited state to you can bet on fucking anything. Will Elon Musk tweet September 23rd to September 30th? Presidential election winner. Xi Jinping out in 2025. That'll be a long bet. Going yes on this, that's a long bet. Also, the Chinese government's going to show up at your door and fuck your ass. Let's see. Portugal president election. You can bet on fucking anything these days. People will make bets on anything. I thought this was a joke. I thought this was a meme. People will spend money betting on fucking anything. Will XQC peel a toenail off his left foot? Yes or no? There's probably a bet somewhere out there for it. Place your bets, everyone. Will I be able to finish Living World episode tonight? Probably not.
They just pulled your pants down.
I need to grind mastery.
Watching sports and betting on sports are just two sides of the same coin. Like, you can't have one without the other. It's become so normalized that it might be easy to forget that gambling can be kind of bad, actually. About 10 million people in the US alone struggle with gambling in some way, a good portion of which are under the age of 25. Gambling addicts attempt suicide at a rate 15 times higher than the general population. The average debt of a gambling addict can range from $15,000 to $90,000. But where most people would see this as a problem,
those are rookie numbers. You need to pump those numbers up.
a few people saw it as an opportunity. All that extra money that could be siphoned from struggling families and into the pockets of like 12 CEOs, and we're not doing that because... So in 2018, the Supreme Court overruled the federal ban on sports betting, and since then, Americans have collectively lost over $245 billion.
All of that money comes from poor people, by the way. Rich people and shit, they bet for fun because they can, and then they stop. It's called delayed gratification. Poor people, yeah, I think this is a wider symptom of the world we live in currently, right? Where you know that you have no opportunity to have normal things anymore. And so you're like, I might as well take the 1 in a million shot and burn any money I have because otherwise my situation's not changing at all anyway. And the gambling industry knows exactly how that is. Have you noticed any gambling ad that you've seen is always trying to convince you that you are him, that you are not the same as everyone else. You're better than everyone else. You can do it. Where everyone else failed, you shall succeed. Oh, you're poor now. Oh, come back when you got more money. 99% of all gamblers quit just before they hit it big.
On it. That's almost $1,000 per person, and that number was from last year. But the bombardment of playful advertising filled with famous celebrities would make you think it's just a harmless, fun game you can play on your phone. Kevin Hart, Post Malone, Chris Rock, LeBron James, Kevin Hart, Peyton Manning, Jamie Foxx, Eric Andre, Patton Oswalt, Vanessa Hudgens, the guy from that Kendrick Lamar song, Kevin Hart, even the Talk to a...
Did he know? I think he missed one. He missed Kevin Hart.
Podcast is sponsored by Better. Why is it always the people you trust the most?
You don't need to know everything about every sport.
Good, because I don't.
Yeah, me either. All you need is a feeling and a phone.
Oh my gosh, I want
That is such a bold way to advertise your product. You don't have to know anything about sports in order to bet on them. In fact, we would prefer you didn't. Look, this guy's just chilling in a hot tub. He doesn't even know what sport he bet on, and he won money. So go ahead, just open the app and start mashing buttons. I don't know, like, where do you think they got all the money to shell out to these celebrities?
Fuck. Oh, we got another Tangier dungeon. And this time, it's the bad dragon facility. Hit exclamation mark join. There you go. There you go. I'm going to make this bigger. This is too small. There you go. I'm actually pretty shocked that there's a bad dragon facility you can raid. Let's see. You fuckers have raided McDonald's and all died to those employees. They beat the shit out of you. You just raided the Waffle House earlier. You fucking, what was the other place? Kmart. Kmart took half of you down. Now you're going after the bad dragon facility? One of you better have a dildo sword out of here. Let's see, what are we dealing with here? What are we dealing with here? Let's see what you fuckers pull off. Farted in the elevator, defeated an orc, found a copy of the Epstein files and dropped all the loot. Why do you people keep farting in the elevator? What's wrong with you? Found the guard room. Defeated an orc. How many fucking orcs are in the bad dragon facility? Soulman's dead. Edward's dead. These dildos are deadly. Hallucinations got fucking super. Walked into 2 goblins. Defeated a hallucination. Descended a floor. Defeated a... You know what? I'm surprised none of you have convinced anyone else that, anal's not gay in this one. You people just keep farting in the fucking elevator. What's wrong with you? Obtained a common cerulean glove. Oh, fuck me. What the fuck? Some of this shit is fucking ridiculous. Okay, now it's just a loot table. Man, you fuckers are wild. You know what? I need to figure out how to customize those dungeons and make it even worse than it currently is. Worst MMO ever, the Tangier dungeon. You know what's really funny about you saying that? It's probably a better MMO than most people have ever programmed. Jesus, have you seen Ship of Heroes? I just watched a video on that. That shit's disgusting. Jesus. My God. What a mess. I need to find a way that you can't just pull up a fucking dungeon whenever I'm doing something. Might be in my next 100-hour playthrough. Hey, look. It seems to be more fucking entertaining for most people than most MMOs these days. Can I blame them? Absolutely fucking not. Rip your points. Damn, you're still going. At least no one's farting in the elevator anymore. Jesus, Sniper Tigress is getting fucking kitted out. All of you just look like NPCs and they're the main character. Jesus Christ. How did I die? I don't know. You found the Epstein files, I think. Let's continue. Man, you fuckers keep on doing this shit.
Could it be that maybe Prize Picks isn't the secret gateway to riches beyond my wildest imaginations, and maybe they're just trying to get my debit card number so they can take all my disposable income? Whether or not...
Yeah, you got scammed, so man. Congratulations.
You think sports betting should be illegal, and I'm not even necessarily saying it should be, the fact that they're allowed to advertise it like this is fucking insane. Imagine a cigarette commercial that was like,
oh my God, this is so good.
This is the best I've ever felt in my life.
I'm on top of the world.
Typically the only tobacco ads you see are like anti-vaping PSAs.
That's what cigarette ads used to be. If you go back into the past and you look at like old newspaper clippings and shit, they talk about how smoking during pregnancy leads to smaller babies, so you should really do it because it's going to make birth easier. Or like how only top athletes smoke Newports because it helps them breathe better or some shit. They did such a good job of those ads in the past. That's where gambling is right now.
And I hope there's a future where advertising for betting apps is regulated in a similar way. You can still bet on sports. You can still smoke cigarettes if you want to. It's not illegal, but you're not bombarded with the temptation to do it every time you turn on a basketball game. Even though it's only been 6 years since the federal ban on sportsbooks was overturned, technology has already evolved well beyond what was available at the time. And now that gambling has gone from being in a place you have to go to do it to being accessible on your phone at any moment, there's nothing stopping these apps.
It's beautiful. We're approaching Cyberpunk 2077, but without all the cool shit. It's just all the negatives. It's so impressive.
From trying to lure you in constantly, and they're really good at doing that.
Addiction is intensified, he says, by how much the gambling companies know about each user. That data was used to tailor offers and push notifications to keep the guy in action.
They knew the life stage, the customer life stage it was at, so win back.
Oh, that's so impressive. Oh my god. Why this video is so important is because what you're seeing in the gambling industry is what's going to happen in MMOs. Or any online live service game. They're going to start tailoring all these like analytics and shit to try and get you into the cash shop. It's coming. It's coming. Still remember cigarettes ads in the cinema. I had an ashtray next to my PC during work. I still remember getting on a plane as a little kid, as a tiny little cum sprite, as a little fucklet, and everyone on that aircraft smoking. And no one thought it was weird that, like, inside the aircraft was a fucking cloud of tobacco. That was just normal. And there's like 25 people in there with a baby. And this baby's just like, fuck. Now you can't smoke anyway. Oh god, he started another one. Okay, it's the McDonald's. This is like the fucking epic raid. This is the one that fucks all of you people up. Sawman's just trying to redeem himself for getting gang raped in the in the fucking. He's just trying his best to redeem himself for that shitty performance he had inside of the fucking Bad Dragon department. I choose now. Fuck you for forcing me onto Twitch to do this. I'm sorry, Chielde. If I can get it working on Kick, I will do it. Just for you. Can I equip my ½ pound blunt? I'm not even sure how it fucking works. I just turned on Tangier Dungeon. And I clicked some fucking buttons. I still need to customize it. What I really want to do, actually, with the Tangier Dungeons, right, is I want to take the models that are there, that get equipped, and put them on all of the characters down here. And I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. It's going to take some time. I'm dead. Soulman died again. Maybe it's just not that good at MMOs, Soulman. Have you ever considered that? That's what you get for calling Realm of the Mad God an MMO. That's what you get. Oh god, what else we got here? What are you fucking animals doing here? Farted in the elevator again? People keep fucking farting in the elevator? What's wrong with you people? God, I gotta keep the music going constantly with this. I gotta figure out a way to add music to these things. Defeated a troll. I mean, I suppose someone's mom just died then. Common Sage Helmet. There you go. Edward got the TTS voucher. Edward got the free TTS voucher. There it is. There it is. I knew it existed. I knew that one existed. That's why the dungeon exists. So that you can get free TTS usage. Why is there an elevator in a McDonald's? What, you don't know about the underground facility? Where you can order a cheese pizza? You don't know about that? Tangier set the quest to rescue Greta from Gaza. She's still stuck trying to get it. Oh god. I'm so impressed by that feature actually works. I just need to customize it more. Let's be honest. So far, the McDonald's dungeon has been the most dangerous for most people. A lot of you fuckers just keep on dying. And by a lot of you fuckers, I mean Soul Man. It just keeps on getting railed. All dungeons have been dangerous for me. Mostly the ones with whips and chains, I know, I'm aware. But that's kind of a personal life choice, and because you keep on forgetting the safe word. But that's okay, it happens to the best of us. Wonder if you can join too. Probably. I'm not going to take up someone else's slot there. I think it's fun to watch you fuckers fight and fart in elevators and convince people that anal's not gay. Did you see the autism strength Tylenol? You tell me. Remember, calling someone an autist is a slur. Please use the term Tylenol American. We've got to be sensitive in this day and age. Is there limited slots? I think it's 6 or 7 people. I'm not sure. Why is Soulman a black guy and not a dog? I'm not sure. Soulman, why are you black? Chat wants to know, why are you black? Oh no. Oh no, I need to make a custom dungeon where it's just a cotton field. Oh, I'm having ideas right now about that dungeon. About the Tangier dungeon. Okay, let's continue.
They described it. So people that have given up gambling for a while and they're trying to get them to come back.
Just by using these apps, you're giving them data about your gambling habits, which they can then weaponize against you. If they realize around 2 p.m. every Sunday is when you're most likely to interact with the app because you're watching 19 games at once and you're starting to get a little restless, they can tailor make a push notification just for you. Maybe they'll boost the odds of a third quarter Tyreek Hill touchdown, or they'll show you a parlay that 50,000 other people have bet on, and that many people can't all be wrong. Let's talk about parlays for a second, because I think that's one of the biggest contributors to the exponential rise of sports betting.
It's parlay time.
Put simply, a parlay is when you combine multiple bets into one bet, significantly decreasing the odds of it hitting, but massively boosting the payout you'll win if it does. It's basically the difference between winning a few dollars for correctly calling one coin flip, or winning thousands of dollars if you can get that coin to land on heads 12 times in a row. You're so distracted.
That's so genius. Oh my god. That is so fucking genius. Oh shit, these people are gonna make so much money off of these retards. That's fucking brilliant. Oh my god, these gambling companies are living in the future.
Win that you're not even considering the fact that you definitely won't. Parlays are the lottery ticket of sports betting, and these apps have made it so easy to make one whenever you want. The only thing stopping you from putting together a parlay that frankly doesn't even make sense is your own imagination. Because of parlays, I think for a lot of people, gambling has become death by 1,000 paper cuts. Maybe instead of losing a lot of money all at once, you're just losing a little bit of money all the time. Sometimes you'll even lose money in a way that feels like you almost won. Oh, 5 out of 6, I was so close. But that means I'll definitely win next time. My only personal experience with online sports betting was a couple years ago when I saw Underdog Fantasy.
It's called an accumulator. They've been around for years. Yes, I'm aware, but that's not the part I'm talking about. The fact that it's on a phone and it's so easily accessible, right? I don't know if you know this trick, but there's like a trick you can do where if you want to spend less money in your life, what you have to do is you have to make sure that every single time you spend money, you're handing over real physical cash, because it has like a different effect on your perception of reality and how much you're spending. But if it's just numbers on a screen, your brain kind of dissociates. It's just magic gems in a cash shop. And then people spend way fucking more. God, that's brilliant.
He was offering to match your first deposit up to $100. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. I watch a lot of football. Maybe I can finally make back some of the money I've spent over the years supporting my stupid, shitty team. So I put in $100. They doubled it. And slowly over the course of the next 2 months, I lost $25 every week until it was all gone. Now, if I'm being honest, I think this was actually best case scenario for me. I consider myself lucky that the few times I've tried gambling, it hasn't gone well for me because I have no positive association with it. In the same way that I have no desire to smoke cigarettes because the first time I did, I smoked 2 back to back for some reason and was nauseous the rest of the night. I have no desire to gamble because I've only ever lost money doing it. So even though Underdog managed to get $100 out of me, I actually think they would have preferred if I won a little bit first. When betting apps give out these kind of introductory offers, it's not just so they can get a bunch of free money, although that's definitely part of it. They're trying to—
Yeah, it's the first crack rock is free strategy. It gets someone to feel like they can be a winner and then make them lose consistently all the time. And then every now and then you give them a small win so that they think, oh, fuck, I'm so close to getting a big win. And then they never get the big win.
to create a customer for life.
Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets. $5 get $200 back. $250 to $500.
That's beautiful.
$2,000.
Online sportsbooks know that the best way to get people addicted to their product is to make that first big win as easy as possible. So they'll lure you in with an offer that seems too good to be true because all of that is pennies compared to what they're raking in from the people who are hooked. They give you free money to start with. They'll let you try again if your first bet doesn't work. They'll let you throw.
You did it again. You fuckers. I'll tell you what. I'm getting tired of videos. I'm gonna have to watch this Drew Gooden one another time. You bastards keep on activating the dungeon, so you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna set up to play Guild Wars 2. While you fuckers fart in elevators. You can't help yourselves. You've found a new feature and you can't help yourselves. And what's even more astounding is somehow I've managed to get it working. I'm shocked that I've managed to get it working. So you, what are you rating? Like Bill Cosby's house? Jesus Christ, look how kitted out Sniper Tigress is. God damn. She's leagues ahead of you fuckers. Found a dead end, defeated an orc. Okay, Soulman finally did something useful. Edward died again. Oh, fuck. I'm just waiting for the pop-up that says that Soulman's dead. I'm waiting for that. Also, thanks for reminding me, Faith. I'll take a look at that shit while these animals... Oh yes, I saw this. I watched this yesterday. I watched this shit yesterday. I'm pretty sure I watched this yesterday. This video, yeah.
I am pregnant.
How would you like your child to start a rocket company?
That would be great. I guess.
I love
then
this.
Try new Tylenol. Autism.
I said this. I remember I said this. I said this is such a miss from the Tylenol company because they need to put a jumping Elon Musk right about here as the mascot. That's like the perfect place for it.
Strength. The only pain reliever guaranteed to put your child on the spectrum. This fast-acting Tylenol quickly goes through your bloodstream and somehow, through some unknown process no one can quite explain, gives your child autism.
Are there any side effects?
Well, there's the autism.
Oh.
Tylenol Autism Strength.
Oh.
It may or may not give your kid autism. There's like a correlation or something.
You know what I've heard is really, really funny. Yeah, I'll show you the Google Trends while you fuckers are in that dungeon, right? I want to show you something really, really cool. How do you spell this? Thailand. Fuck, we call it paracetamol. Let's switch this to the United States. Just so you can see that. Ah, fuck me! They were like Tylenol autism, and then people started overdosing on that shit. People just started cranking Tylenol into their system. Imagine someone's like, oh fuck, I disappeared. I vanished. What the fuck happened? Hello? What the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck's going on here? What in the fuck?